Okay. Um, right, Aaron is just ahead in his screen again. We're gonna have to get. I'm gonna send Aaron a separate camera so he can actually angle it down. Okay,
No,
welcome. No,
We can compress his house and make it come towards him.
doesn't he have a zoom feature on his camera?
I don't know.
Let's get a taller chair.
No, he doesn't want a taller
I don't know why
chair
he has to sit on the floor anyway.
because his feet barely reach the ground even when he's sitting on the floor. He's not a tall man. He's not a giant like you, John.
He's a runt in the family.
It's, he's not. He's really close to my height, so I can only throw so many stones before my glass house goes down.
Look, I'm 5'6". My mom was 4'10". Okay.
That's sexy.
So,
She single?
No, she's married now.
Oh, you were saying?
Is her husband tough?
Is he short too?
He's old.
What the hell does that have to do with anything? Oh,
That's right. Don't step on John's toes. Okay, let's go to the intro now, because Aaron's not telling me more about his mom. So, yeah, welcome to Travis Tavern Talk. This is our Dungeons & Dragons Stealing for Survival stream, episode 17, Sandbilge Shadows. So we're going to pick up where we left off. I'll get into that recap in just a moment. Let's go around the screen here clockwise. So, to my... Make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. There, let's go to John. Tell him who you are, what you do, and about your character, and your character's favorite food and why.
Well, let's start off that I'm playing Jaith, who is a priest of Joneth. And my favorite food would probably be ale because, well, there's not enough of it in the world. So, got to make sure that we give them incentive to make more of it. But I'm John from Jersey's Cards and Comics, and also the editor for Conquest Publishing.
Yeah.
Soon to have some titles out next year.
I'm looking forward to that. And with Mercedes Lackey, right?
Indeed. Hopefully.
Okay, rotating around, let's go to the man that got ahead of the game. Right above me. Aaron?
Hi, I'm Aaron Kennedy. I play Moggets. Moggets is a wizard. His favorite food is free. He's a firm believer in not spending his own money and taking other people's money wherever and whenever possible.
He's looking forward to the blue plate special age, isn't he?
What do you mean looking forward to? He's been taking advantage of that for the last 25 years.
A fake ID since he was 18. Are you drinking age? Wait a minute, you're retirement age.
That's right. That's what friggin' disguise self is for. To make yourself look like an old wizard, because no one screws with an old wizard.
I do like how you keep on putting the D at the end of the word like we don't know what you really mean. Wizard.
That's right.
I have a gif of a dog walking on his hind legs doing that. Anyhow. You want to tell him about your illustrious career in sci-fi writing before I move on to Chris?
Yes, it's very simple. I've published a book, singular, hoping to be 2 books in the nearish future. That is Persona Non Grata, Ships of Valor Book 1. It is available on Amazon Unlimited for those who would like to download it. You can also purchase it if you would like. It is a whopping $4. Not 1, not 5, but 4.
I've got an idea for your second burr. You can call it Potato au gratin. It goes well with Persona Non Grata.
Actually, that would be a great parody book. We should make that a friggin' web special.
Potato au gratin.
Yes, where the hero is a friggin' potato.
But he gets whipped in the end.
That's right. And covered in cheese.
The whole book will be covered in cheese. Okay, are we done with Aaron? Shall we move on to Chris now? You good, Aaron?
I'm happy.
Excellent. Well, that's good. Hopefully you're as happy as you were 2 weeks ago. Wow, that was an amazing thing. Okay, Chris. So, tell us about you, your character, and then your character's favorite food. Hold on, wait 1 second. Let me interrupt. What? Can't hear you.
You can't stop thinking about potatoes.
All the potatoes.
So, you were saying?
I'm Chris. I play Kavix, a Warforged assassin.
What's
who
that?
has... It's a robot.
No, assassin.
Oh,
We know what
Assassin.
robots are.
He has a persona known as Pierce, who is a home safety salesman.
Does anybody else
Hey,
picture his
Those
character?
are my thing.
Does anybody else picture his character as like Pierce Brosnan, but a little more slimy? So exactly like when he played James Bond.
I mean, well,
How about Okay, now
Were you gonna say
now I
J.
can't
Edgar
get
Hoover?
out of my head friggin' James Bond, but in an Edgar suit from MIB.
We've mixed too many things. I can't keep up now. Okay.
Oh
go
no,
on, Chris.
played exactly like James Bond, James Bond, but in an Edgar suit.
And he has no favorite food because he doesn't really eat because he can't taste things, so it doesn't really matter.
Does he ever fake it? Does he like how a certain food looks? Does he like look at a food going, man, if I
No, of
ate
course
something,
not,
I'd want to
honey.
eat that?
Of
I mean,
course not,
sure,
honey,
he
I'd
fakes
never fake it
but,
for you.
Hold on,
no.
Aaron. Go ahead, Chris. He fakes
No.
what?
He fakes eating occasionally when he's disguised as Pierce. But,
So what's he like to fake eat?
doesn't care.
those wax fruits that are on the
That rocks,
Bananas.
sticks,
fake food for fake eating.
No gag reflex, really anything
those
long
little
and
glass grates that you sometimes find on the coffee tables.
Okay, and I will be playing an NPC of Grull every time I remember that he's with the peoples. Grull is a half orc, half elf, and his favorite food is anything that has been skinned and deep fried. No
Children.
breading. Did you say Filbert? Dilbert?
Children.
Children.
No, he would never eat a child. They're disgusting, nasty things. It's kind of like the first time you get a whole lobster, you're like, I love lobster. And you cut into it, and all the fucking intestines and shit is still in it, and you realize what you're about to do. That's how
Don't
he feels
put
about
that
children.
in your mouth.
That's right. That's how he feels about children. Yeah, because every time you cut them open, they're just full of shit. By the way, this
Well,
is...
I mean, you just said deep fried.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He
I
doesn't
mean,
want to
skin and
dirty...
deep fried. I mean,
He doesn't want to dirty up his oil with a fucking child. By the way, I am not encouraging anybody to cut open children and look for poo. Because you wait long enough, that shit's coming out anyway, so you don't need to cut them for that. Now, a couple of things I want everybody to know before we go into our recap is it is September. Now, what that means is you can subscribe for half price. Oh my god. Can you... Don't show that to the camera. That is horrible. Don't put that towards the camera. You got to keep moving.
this is my butthole.
Go clean that. Go clean it. And that's our special show for tonight.
$3 only.
September, every time you throw bits of 10 bits or more, we get a bonus 10% if you use the Subway sandwich. And not like the American Pie type use. I'm kidding. You can use it that way. Special sauce all day long, buddy. Other than that, half price tier 1 subs. And the rest, if you have any questions, look it up on their blog page. Don't forget, if you're subscribing, you're also getting 7 custom emotes. Most of them, hey Gary, check this shit out. 6 out of
Hi,
7
Gary.
are now available. Look at Chris throwing his sandwich meat in my face. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Gary. So, Gary, we got bits at work now? Or emotes at work also? Really? And now everybody's going to disappear? Hold on while I reset the camera and make everybody appear again. 1 second.
No. no adult supervision.
There we go. They're all back now. We missed them
Oh.
so much. I think Aaron's beard grew while we were gone. Hey, Gary. Feel free to lurk on, man. Which, by the way, Gary, if you want, the exclamation lurk command actually works with the graphics in a really... Okay. I tested all this shit. It was working fine earlier. Aaron broke it. One thing we are
Probably.
going to try to do differently tonight than what we've done the past few games, we're going to try to avoid that second hour not play at all because of technical difficulty issues. Hour.
Whereas
Yeah.
previously we actively encouraged that.
Yeah, we did. We were totally like, hello, crappy internet, we need you now. Now, on the other hand, if it does happen, we are going to be utterly ridiculous and stupid and let Aaron run everything again. And to John's chagrin, there will be more Muppet Born and other such things.
Demons, sir.
Ooh, Gary's gonna eat. And afterwards, Gary, you might join Andrea, Chris, and I for some World of Warcraft, because we need to know how your dinner went the other day. Mm-hmm. He went out to eat, if you know what I mean.
Wow, somebody can eat more than once a month?
Really? You're gonna look at all of our little chubby faces and say that shit?
What?
I remember when Aaron was skinny. Then he hit
I
30.
do too.
I remember when Chris was skinny. Then he hit 30. John, I haven't known you that long.
More like 26.
I'm
but
being
shorter.
kind. Yeah, generally 24 to 26 is when it happens, but, you know. It's anyhow.
Let's have
okay.
breakfast. You've already had breakfast. You can't have breakfast twice. You'll get fat. What's fat? That's what happens when you have too much breakfast. Fat sounds awesome.
What movie is that from, Aaron?
It's a meme.
Oh. Okay, now.
But after second breakfast is 11sies.
Yeah.
Then brunch. Then tea
Yeah,
time.
that's what I say the second time she goes down. It's 11sies.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I heard you just say again, but
And I'll see myself off the stage.
Righty then.
It's, it's what she gets between first breakfast and second breakfast. It's a sausage. Okay, so recapping last game, which was 2 weeks ago, due to heavy technical difficulties, we didn't play last week. So 2 weeks ago, okay, Mike or Chris, do me a favor. Just you're looking to your left, so your nose and you got your mic actively dancing there. Don't. You know, I could just start like muting you every time you do it instead. I could just do that.
Don't forget to frontal him.
What? Fondle him?
Huh? Hmm?
Fondle him? I don't know what you want me
Don't
to
forget
do.
to frontal him.
I don't know what that is. Is that the space between the balls and the asshole?
No. That's the taint.
Anyhow. okay.
Anyway.
So back to the recap of 2 weeks ago, as Grawl would tell it. So, yeah, there we were, in like this crap-ass makeshift, dark, dusky throne room. And, oh, hold on, let me, hold on a second. I got a phone call here from somebody I might be able to get here to watch the stream. So I'm going to see if I can get her to jump in and watch. Okay. So yeah, and Jaith is like, I'll kick your ass, but he didn't say it. It was all body language. And then suddenly he gets smart. And he's like, well, maybe I won't kick your ass because there's a lot of people here, but I'm still going to fuck with your ass. That sounds wrong. But there was ale, and there was a clearing of the throne room, and there was a parade procession being followed, and troughs being carried, and more ale, And then there was maggots, like, staring at that money that Jaith paid, going, I could steal that. And then you can actually see the little demonic figure on one shoulder and the Valhallan Valkyrie on the other shoulder. And I don't know why there was a pole on that shoulder.
The other demonic figure dressed as...
The other father figure? Is that what you said?
The other demonic figure.
There was George Michael on the other shoulder, dressed as a Victoria's Secret angel. Yeah, he didn't try to steal it because Moggetts isn't a complete idiot all the time. And so Stephanie just called, and I told her, streaming D&D, and she says, no worries, beware of falling rocks. And suddenly I thought of the, what is it? Which redeem is it, Chris? Is it rocks? Is that the? I thought of this GIF. There we go, guys.
It's panic, isn't it?
Anyhow, then there was a big party in the middle of the night, and we come back, and Pierce there is like, I am not the man you know. And Jaith is like, I will get naked and hug you right now. And then he does it. And Pierce looked really uncomfortable, even though he had no facial expression. And we're all like, do you want to be left alone?
What was in that beer?
Yeah, or should we get some lube? I mean, for all of us, because, squishy party. Then we woke up the next morning, and we decided to tour the place. And now we're coming up on Spectral Fissure. Which, by the way, let me flip up the map here, guys. This is Sandbilge. So you guys can see, just below the big number 1, the arena there, they walked counterclockwise all the way around it, and they're heading for the left-hand corner where that fissure goes into the canyon wall. That canyon wall that goes about 2,000 feet, essentially straight up in most places. And it has handholds.
As soon as the fuck you to the gods.
Yeah, well, be careful. You're going to make Jaith all cranky, and he's going to holy all over your face. But there's a few things that I just want to remind everybody of once I get past all the note pages. There we go. Most of the people, because they were amongst a crowd of the peasant folk who used to be the slave base of the whole Sandbilge here, and now these people are covered with open, oozing sores and boils, and, most of their hair is missing or gone. The floor does slope towards the center, towards the arena. Everything rolls towards the arena. The red sandstone walls are laced with white, especially the further up you go. And there is constant crap going on here, whether it's fights in the arena, or races, or training for the races, or just squabbles, because this place has descended into chaos over the past month or so since the slaves were freed, and people are now vying for power, either through money or muscle. There's also the constant whistle of the wind through the holes that were carved into the upper 20 feet. So it's like a constant flute, depending. It is like the biggest didgeridoo band you've ever seen, which means more than one. Yeah. You know how we have pipe and drum bands? Well, imagine bamboo wind chimes and didgeridoo band. Yeah, that.
Is each hole at least at a different pitch, or is it all the same pitch?
No.
Whoa. Stop. Say that again slowly.
Should he use his deep voice?
Please, because that's the quote of the week.
Clip it.
So far.
Where's Trin? Somebody clip that. Okay. Chris, you got it?
I don't know how to do that when I'm not on my phone.
On the screen, in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, you're going to see the clapper, the Hollywood clapper. Click on that. It's going to grab the last 60 to 90 seconds. You can pull 60 seconds from it. I can download that and make it into part of the videos.
I see.
And there's the cat shark going by. Anyhow, so you guys were heading towards the fissure when suddenly the ex-slave base fell away behind you and started clacking their bone on bone. Bowls, utensils, tools, jewelry. And by the way, even in the 2 days you've been here? Is this the third day now? If I'm not mistaken.
We're going into the third.
Right. You have seen you have seen more bone jewelry appear. Let's just say it like that. Well, there's less corpses, more bone jewelry. So, no doubt the rest of the corpse went to good use also. For somebody. There's that one guy selling tours, if you know what I mean. Come into the tent. He's still, I don't know what they were. They're fresh. So, there, the four of you stand, and Lolly says, "Oh, my foot!" And then she zips and disappears in her little burst of staticky energy.
Ah, shit.
What is that, Moggets?
Oh, sorry, my dimensional rod goes off.
Your dimensional rod.
My
Delusional
ivory
rod.
How big do you think this rod is?
I don't know, it's an RODDD, so it's an extra long rod.
RODD.
Triple D.
Quit adding D's.
Okay, it's an ROE.
That's right. Once you hit
Wait, what?
triple, you're actually
It's
like two
what
sides.
fits in an E cup or an F cup?
I tell you what fits in my effing cup, and I'll drink to that. Okay. So you guys have... By the way, anybody else have anything in character to add to our recap? Anything? I'd appreciate it. I'd like this.
Mr. Dale has become a devoted follower. And me and him are currently having a conversation at the back of the pack.
Now, if
Way
you guys
back.
remember, and this is a good thing for Moggets to bring up and remind me of, he apparently not only bribed, but charmed a large gentleman named
Entranced.
Clyde. Snake charmed, whatever you want to call it. There we go, thank you. I'll play with your clip later, big guy.
Everybody nod.
I am very distracted by my neighbor and his tractor. I feel like the cats when they fucking prairie dog out the window and shit. Okay. Anybody else have anything else they want to add to the recap here? Anything from Jaith? You want to talk about how great things went for Jaith last night?
Well, I got naked, but I mean...
He did. And before that, there was 20
Every
people
night.
staring in awe at him at any given moment.
I'm more concerned with the clacking of bones currently, though.
Okay. I just want to make sure before we move forward that we're good. Okay, so, yeah, you guys realize the people have fallen back from you as you got closer to the fissure. And, yeah, they are clacking their bones, whether it's your bone jewelry and rattling it or a bone spoon against a bone bowl. And as I mentioned before, the bowls are pretty much like part of a skull or part of the curved part of the pelvis. They're very shallow bowls. And you're willing to bet a skull can make 4 to 5 bowls if you cut it right. So, I mean, at least it does in my kitchen.
Or just have one really deep bowl.
No. There was a bit of a squabble earlier, and you're willing to bet it's because somebody was keeping too much of something and other people wanted a part. So if you keep it modest, they've got this really interesting communistic attitude of what's yours is mine, and if you don't share, I will kill you. By that way, I mean true, not true communism, but human communism.
Or you keep clacking your bone bowls at me and I'll shoot you again. Start another riot.
Is our resident wild child somewhere close by still?
What is your passive perception again, please, sir?
15.
15. You scan the local area and actually you see the child, and it's amazing. With his tan skin and his not a lot of clothing and the coating of dirt on him, he blends in very well with that rock wall that he is climbing up. But yeah, he looks like he is making his way to a ledge. Now keep in mind these ledges are not terribly wide. Some of the guard ledges are 3 or 4 feet wide. The one he's heading for looks like it's probably a little more than a 30 centimeters, maybe 45 centimeters wide. I am so torn between keeping it strictly American standard and going metric, which is what I do in the books. So that's why the mix-up right there, where I just use feet then metric.
I was gonna say, what an odd switch to randomly throw in there.
It's see, metric to me is so much more logical. I feel like we should have been using it, like they've been saying for how many decades, John, that we're going to switch to metric next week.
Well, we
Even
officially
in the
did
Stone
in the
Age.
70s.
So,
Yeah, pretty much. To both of you. Anyhow, yeah, Aaron, we weren't looking for facts here. We're just looking for comedy. What the fuck?
What the hell?
I know. It's. Oh, see, now you make Chris leave. So anyhow, yeah, you see the child climbing the wall and perching awkwardly on this ledge. It looks like the child may have had pants at one point in time, but now it's more of a loincloth than anything.
it's fashionable.
It is. It's all the primitives are wearing it this season. So, you have a large group of people behind you clacking bone on bone. By the way, at this point in time, Clyde is sidling away. So if you have your crowd of people here and you guys are here and the fissure's over here, Clyde is going back towards the main town. Very delicately, not at a run, it's not all elbows and assholes that you're seeing, but he's definitely not getting mixed up in that shit. Chris, you're muted, sir. I saw your mouth go, damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, you were saying.
Does it seem like he's backing up because the peasants are clacking the bones, or because we're just getting close to the fissure?
What's your read people score? The fuck is that called again?
Insight. Instinct.
Insight.
Passive insight is 12.
Little of both, but
I can
more
give
the
you a
fissure.
regular insight roll.
Nah, no, with that you're okay. You're looking at him, you're watching him, you flash him back to his actions over the past 8-10 minutes. He wasn't too excited about heading for that fissure anyway. The large group of people acting oddly just gives him more incentive and reason to go, I'll be over here. But he didn't really want to go in the first place. What, Aaron?
Mr. Dale, what's the deal with the devil's asshole over here?
You have to shout that he is now 30 feet away from you.
Oh, no. I stayed with him. I'm not freaking...
Ah, okay.
If he's moving that way...
He's like, I ain't
I will freaking... If in Rome...
He says, I ain't heard anybody call you that. Which one said it?
No. The landmark.
You mean the spectral fissure?
Oh, is that what they called it here?
Well, they call it the Spectre's fissure. It's haunted. Which is pretty much the information you had gathered before.
Yeah, but the bone clacking and stuff like that, most people saw it, they just avoid things.
One of the bent men, who's kind of in the front, in the lead of the crowd, hisses words at you. It eats our children. And then he raises the bone. Now, this guy actually has 3 ribs which are wired together, and he's clacking another bone across it. So it's grunt, grunt, grunt. And he seems to have ridged him out with some kind of etching tool of some sort. So he can run it the other way, go grunt. And
You want me to stop it?
Who are you talking to?
The guy that just said it eats our children.
Oh, good, because that would have really confused Clyde. It says, it will devour you also. It devours all. It is what does. And then he stops. And you can see and hear some of the people in the crowd falter as he almost says whatever it is he stopped himself from saying.
Oh, right when he stops, does that. It does what? And then friggin' the bippity boppity boo thing, just kind of mutter it to get the lightning across the eyes, and then just impose.
You're going full
Take a
on
step
anime.
forward, Oh yeah.
You make
Friggin'-
your shadow
they're always,
grow
like,
around,
crying
grow
and they're
around
doing
you
stupid
and
stuff. Yeah.
hunch over you. Your eyes light up, sparking. Yeah, that's
Oh, I
pretty fucking
Gandalf
cool.
him.
That's pretty fucking cool. Why don't you give me an intimidation roll?
Oh, that's a 16 unmodified. It's probably going to be
Pretty good.
close to a 25-ish.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now, real quick before I give everybody's responses, Cavix, what are you doing? Are you just standing there like Isaac from Seth's new TV series, The Orville?
When they started banging their bones, I would have pulled out my hand crossbow and just been like,
Grawl says, as you do, he puts his hand on yours, not stopping you, just cautioning you, going, maybe you want to leave it under your cloak after what you did to them last time they saw that?
nope.
You know what? You're you're a smart thing. Maybe have a little sense and don't incite the crowd to riot. But do what you want, man. And he takes like 4 large steps away from you, behind Jaith, because they like Jaith. So pull out the hand crossbow and level it at him.
Yeah.
Okay, Jaith, what are you doing?
Well, we passed out water and stuff, and then they started doing their banging on their bowls. So, do I hear this thing about something's eating their children?
Yeah, you've heard all of this. All of you guys are within 30 feet of each other. You're about 5 feet away from Pierce, who has pulled out his crossbow and pointed it at the crowd. You're about 25 feet away from Clyde and Moggets, and Grull has just moved behind you. You have heard everything, seen everything, been a part of everything.
I'm going up to the gentleman who stated that.
So you're stepping forward towards him right as Moggets' lightning eyes seeming to grow larger, his shadow looming behind him like some kind of evil cloak. It's very impressive. You have to admit it. It looks good.
It is.
Oh,
It's the opposite of what you try to do, but it looks good. He's got some theater to him. Lolly would have loved that shit. Okay, so you're stepping forward to this guy who's about 15 feet away from you. So
Yeah.
easy enough to move towards him without a problem. Okay.
Take me to this thing that's eating your children.
Let's do this real quick. Initiative, please.
Before bolts fly.
Good news. The angry mob rolled a 2. I'm hoping that will be the lowest. Grull rolled a 3.
But he's got a dex bonus.
He gets a 6 total, yes. Okay, Cav, what do you got?
23.
Very good. And what about you, Jaith?
11.
And what about you, Moggets?
16.
Okay, Kavix, you get to react first. Is there anything in particular you'd like to do before, or hold your action, or shoot somebody in the
I'm
face?
just holding fast.
Very good.
And if anyone starts to, like, charge us, I'm gonna shoot that motherfucker.
Well, I will tell you this. With your insight of 12, it's pretty easy to tell, pulling out that weapon after killing 2 of them with it last time, part of the crowd is about to break out of fear between fucking Batman over there and I shoot you in the face guy. That's you. And the other part of the crowd is about to charge forward, hoping to kill you guys before they get killed. But Moggets, it's a split decision. But maybe somebody can influence it between now and then. They're Moggets. You have done all this stuff. You've impressed yourself. You rolled an intimidation of 20-something. So, again, you see the response to that is part of the crowd. There is literally somebody that sprays diarrhea all behind them, across the shins and knees of 3 other people, as they turn and run screaming, "The demons are here!" But they don't scream it really loud. It's more like a wheezing hiss. "The demons are here!" And
Does the guy that I kind of directed it to, does he respond?
He is frozen. You get the feeling these people are not... What's your insight? What's your passive insight?
Oh, passive insight is 14.
You get the feeling these
I'm a
guys...
people person.
They haven't been around as what they are now long enough to be cohesive. But this guy would be the closest thing to a shaman or a hedge witch or a wise man that they have. But they're all a little fucked in the head. So he's...
Right. I'm just trying to get an answer out of him is what I'm trying to do.
Right.
He was going to say something. I want him to respond to that.
Right. So scaring the literal shit out of a couple people is always a great way to roll. Now, some other people seem angry and other people seem frozen in place. Do you want to do anything on this particular moment?
Anybody aggressive forward?
Oh yeah, I mean you guys are definitely reacting before them. They are slow and hungry and dull, mentally and physically. But yeah, there's definitely some aggression coming forward.
Mr. Dale, cover your ears. Sham! Yep. And do a
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
Clap. I lean back, tell Mr. Dale, cover your ears,
Right.
And then Shazam! Thunderclap. All my guys are behind me.
Well, no, you moved away from all your guys. Let me do a quick layout here for everybody.
I assume none of my guys are sitting in that crowd.
No, they're not in the crowd. You'll have to basically, they're to your left, the crowd is to your right, so you have to pivot to the right to make sure, because Jaith is striding boldly forward as you act.
Totally go. Yeah, no. I'm facing the crowd.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Do you want to get their speaker in this effect?
Not really.
Let me clarify a little in case it changed anything. You have probably 24 people that were following you at this point in time.
Okay.
Okay? They're a little bit away from their tent town, about halfway between the tent town and the fissure, which you can look at the map. It's on Google Docs for you guys, etc. So out of this 24 people, probably 8 are just up and getting the fuck out of Dodge. Which at this point in time, going with the technicals, with initiative, they have turned to flee.
Oh, okay.
One of them
I'm just trying to give him a little bit of a... I want to turn it back to anybody that's stupid enough to come after us. I want to give it a little bit of a nudge to where that they're going to continue to do that.
8 are frozen in place. About 8 are coming at you guys. Now, I want you to keep in mind, these people are underfed, not trained, and probably one hit dice, because you remember watching Kavix kill them with one fucking little hand bow crossbow. Um,
In that case, I will friggin' change that a little bit. I'll tap the rod to the ground and entangle.
oh.
Centered on them.
Oh. Centered on which them?
The bad guys. Or friggin' the group, the ones that are...
Yeah, there's no bad guys here. There's a bunch of
Or,
scared little people.
Yeah,
who-
scared peasants. Yeah,
Yeah.
scared peasants.
Okay, so you don't want to continue forth with your illusion then, and intimidation, trying to get information, because that might still happen. That hasn't stopped until you decide what you're doing next. But there's more than this one guy there. Is all I need you guys to realize.
Yeah.
And you could absolutely. By the way, each and every one of you are confident that you could fuck up those people without a problem, even if nobody else was here.
No, I could destroy them in a heartbeat.
Well, don't go crazy. You're still maggots.
Yeah. Actually, well, no, I've got an AOE spell that would just freaking kill them.
Okay.
But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Um.
Okay. What are you doing?
Actually, just friggin' continue the intimidation. Grow it up slowly. Talk now. Right.
Jaith, you're boldly striding forward. Moggetts is pushing forward with what he had. And, let's make some room for cats. There you go, girl.
Standing there with his Groucho Marx glasses, as far as you can tell.
And, Cavix is aiming into the crowd, prepared for them to come forward. Part of them do look like they're going to come forward. Part of them look like they're bolting. And part of them looks like they don't know what the fuck to do.
Well, their chieftain or whoever this is, I tell them to get control of your people. If they move forward on us, they're going to perish. I don't want that to happen.
I've never been to Parish. Ooh la la. He doesn't see that. That's Grohl muttering behind you.
That's what Grawl says.
Instead of that's what she said, we could just now go with that's what Grohl says.
That's what Grawl said.
That's what Grawl said.
And I will hold my action to put myself between the crowd and, well, I'll pick the gentleman with the crossbow if they decide to charge us anyway.
Okay, so stepping slightly to the left so you're kind of in his line of fire.
Yep.
Okay. Now, right as Grohl lifts his spear over his head and starts rattling the bones and fetishes and different dragon's teeth and whatnot hanging from it and chanting, a high-pitched scream comes from behind you, about 20 feet up on that canyon wall. It's not a full-bodied scream. It doesn't come from a fully developed set of lungs. It is a youthful scream of rage and frustration. And we all really honestly know how fucking silly those sound. We've all heard kids scream in anger, and you're like, oh, that is so... That really... Wow, don't. You're embarrassing yourself. But it's that scream. It's that screech. Boneless, by the way, check out the other emotes. They're up there now. I'm so happy.
Check them out.
There we go. And Chris and I had the same idea in mind. And by the way, when I did that mustache in that color, I'm like, Chris is so gonna fucking wax his mustache again, because that is his color fucking hair right there. It's he can. You gotta get some of the firehouse wax, Chris. That is the best I have found, and I looked a lot. Last all day in one application.
He spends more on mustache wax than he does on food.
No, look at me.
It
Come
might
on.
used to be true.
When I was skinny.
Oh, he eats some of it.
It keeps me all together. Okay, so Jaith is stepping forward. The kid is screaming. All eyes turn towards him, including your guys, even if it's just for the briefest second to flick that direction of, what the fuck? And yeah, it is that little skinny scrawny kid who had climbed up a wall that Jaith saw and nobody else did. And all eyes turn towards him after he lets out this primal scream of anger and frustration. It doesn't sound like fear. It sounds like Well, exactly what you guys did. Look at me.
Is he falling?
No. He's pointing at the crevice and growling, trying to project the growl, but again, we really all know how that works. If anybody wants to take a second and try to growl and project it so everybody within a 50-foot radius hears it, yeah, have a good time with that. Go ahead. Okay, well done. Glad everybody played along with that one. It doesn't work well. But yeah, he's... And the message is clear of there's a common enemy. Which, by the way, at this point in time, the ones that wanted to run of the mob fucking run. They have been confronted by a guy who murdered 2 of them in cold blood while running away and not even looking, shooting over his shoulder. They've been confronted by the guy that has fed them, watered them, and treated them well. They've been confronted by this evil wizard who has a demon inside of him that's coming out. And then some kind of bone-shaking orc. And then a child that they seem a bit mystified by, and not in the confused way, but in the it's a mystical thing. Their reaction to him is very strange. They're not quite afraid of him, but they're definitely not like, yeah, whatever. They don't have that going on. It's and he is the only child you guys have seen. Let's take it back in order of at least one more time. Initiative. So Kavix, new round.
I will, still holding my crossbow, not necessarily pointed at them, lower it a bit, and go, observation. We should really find out what is the deal with that child, and at the same time, maybe we should just go straight into that crevice.
Grawl says, shoot the kid. We'll find out what's going on with him. Got the crossbow. He's right there. You could do this. What about you, Muggets?
To be fair, I don't necessarily think shooting the kid's wrong either. I can always bring him back.
Mogget says out loud while laughing.
No. Sorry. God.
By the way, just for everybody who hasn't played with Aaron before, apparently Bullwinkle the Moose Horns means it's not in character.
I mean, you can also do it this way.
I know people who do the, like, thumb out. Yeah.
John, you've played D&D since Stone Tablets. What do you do when it's out of character?
I usually just tell people out of character.
That's what I do.
I have seen people that have put their hands to their head, though, but...
It's a LARP thing.
It is.
Is that where it comes from?
Yeah.
I just thought
I used to see LARPers do that, something like this, or something like this, or like this.
Oh, okay. I thought Aaron was just... I was stoned, and I realized every time I say something I don't want to offend anybody with, I'm Bullwinkle.
Watch, Rocky, as I pull this rabbit out of my hat.
Clip that, please.
Let's see you pull it somewhere out.
Okay.
Did old boy in front of me start running as well?
No. Nobody ran. With everything that just happened, there was too many threats for the angry mob, all 8 of them, to advance.
Yeah. No, I mean, did he run away, is what my question, not run towards. Okay.
Basically, Morgans, what you're seeing, and you did say that since you did not indicate out of character. Now, you didn't necessarily shout it to the whole crowd, but you kind of muttered it, though they're 25 feet away, to your people, which, of course, had to be loud enough that the fucking leader at least heard you. And by the way, we're not in a world where that would be a foreign attitude or a uncommon attitude. I'm not saying it's wrong to kill the kid either. I'm just saying whatever the fuck else you said. Yeah. But it's Yeah, the crowd is looking at this kid the way a native tribe would look at a spirit animal or a spirit of their ancestor, with a little bit of fear, a little bit of reverence, a little bit of suspicion. And everybody's getting that from the crowd. The child, at least for these people, appear to be something more than just a wild child. Margaret, besides muttering that and then going into your Bullwinkle mode, is there anything else you'd like to do this round?
I tell the guy, go home. We'll take care of this now.
What do you mean? And before anything else can go on, Jaith, is there something you'd like to do? Or do you want to let this play out?
Yeah, I just tell the elder, as I move towards the crevice, he's probably just going through puberty. Get out of my way.
The elder's not in your way if you turn towards the crevice. So, yeah.
Oh, no, I actually start I'll double move towards the crack.
Oh. So, Jaith, boldly striding towards the elder, which is a good enough term for this guy, says, get out of my way. Even though the guy is like still 10 feet away from him, we'll take care of this. And then he turns and at a jog, just starts heading for the crevice. Kavix, you are between him and the crevice. Not that he's going to bowl you over. You know he's going to go around you, but, he's obviously coming in your direction. You can join him. You can sidestep him, so you are still facing the crowd.
I will join him walking backwards.
Okay, maybe a bit of a jog backwards?
More like diagonal. Like, I don't want to take my eyes off the people.
He's doing a dash movement.
I'll just take my regular move.
Okay. Good enough. Moggets, you didn't do anything but say something. Do you want to join them?
Sure.
Okay. Clyde's like, see you soon, big guy. And he does that half glance. He makes a cute
I'll be back. Yep. Friggin', I waved the elder away. And friggin' go to my crowd, go to my team.
Grawl stops whatever chanting and casting he was about to do and turns to jog along with you guys. And he looks over and he's got a very concerned, worried look. He's like, aren't we going to kill the kid, though? I mean, come on, guys.
In due time.
I think due time is always now when it comes. And he goes on mumbling about this under his breath. Nothing you guys have to pay attention to. The crowd. The elder lets out a scream, which is almost celebratory in sound, but it also has an undertone of warning. The wind picks up at that exact moment, and it bursts through all the didgeridoo band above. So you get this really discordant, a low. It's a very ominous tone. Right as you guys set forth towards this thing, the child scrambles sideways across the wall, finding handholds that you can't see from where you are on the floor, and he actually enters the crevice before you. But the mob has started clacking a rhythm, not just a chunk, 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 but they've hit like a chunk, chunk, dun, dun, chunk, dun, 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 chunk, dun, dun. They're working with the woodwinds above and creating this really weird orchestration to escort you into what is certain death. At least that's what it feels like right now. We'll see. Depends what initiative is, really. Okay, so we are 5 minutes till. Shall we take a break and get some refills here real quick?
Yep.
Did you already lock up, John? You need to count down. Are we expecting you to be gone more than 4 to 5 minutes?
I will be more than 4 to 5 minutes.
4 to 5, not 45.
Technical part, I've only got you and Andre in a small circle. I can't see you on the screen anymore.
Okay.
I did this once before.
No problem. I'm going to reset my camera to make that better for you. It is probably my internet drop. How are you, man? Thank you for swinging by. Lurk on if you are so inclined to lurk. Everybody go get a drink. I am going to chat with the crowd until somebody comes back, and then I am going to go do the same. But let me do this real quick and reset the camera, not for us, but for them, so they can all see me correctly. Guys, what a great couple of months it's been. Thanks to you, I have seen my channel grow 750%. This is thanks to folks like Gary and Dropsome that has maintained their subscriptions, and it is thanks to gift subs like what Boneless has right now. It is thanks to new people and my regulars and everything in between. I really appreciate that. I am astounded by the growth we've seen and very, very thrilled with it. I do want to remind you, it is September. Resubscribe. Get that half price sub. It is half price this month. And also, if you throw emotes, we get an extra 10% if you use that Subway sandwich. Which really, who wouldn't want to use a Subway sandwich? Not my favorite sub shop. Wawa's better. But it's still pretty good. And other than that, I want to remind you that we will be doing this every Sunday. But on Mondays, another stream just for you subscribers is Talk of the Tavern. And you can see right there in the chat where it gives you a description of that. Tomorrow night we will be discussing Spare the Rod, Spoil the Child. Basically the culture we have formed of no discipline and how that has affected our society as a whole. So make sure you pop in for that. We will have Ed, Kevin, Elizabeth, Chris, Andrea, and myself all there for that conversation. And we'd love for you to join in and throw your 2 cents in. And I'm not saying beat the child. I'm just saying repercussions for your actions is important. And let's talk about that tomorrow. Other than that, don't forget to share and bring new people in. Share your fun and your activity with your quasi-online friends. I should say your online quasi-friends. Yeah, let's go with that. And as soon as somebody gets back, I am going to bugger off and go get my own. Let me see what Stephanie here said. I have a gift for that viewers can play. Let's go with viewers. There we go. Really? There we go. Okay. Now let me find out what's going on with Andrea here. There we go. Set that stuff aside. Okay. Ah, look at you. Look at you. Inspired by the hype. It looks good, Chris. Looks good. You're muted. God damn it, Chris. So, what wax did you use?
I have Clubman's.
Clubman's is pure crap, but good enough if you don't have anything else.
See, I don't mind it.
Well, here's the deal with Firehouse Mustache Wax, which costs, I don't know, $12 a tin, lasts me about 2-3 months. Tacky in particular, I can apply that and work in a kitchen or a hot environment all day and never have to replace what's on my face for 12 hours. I can take a hot shower and comb it out and still be able to semi-curl it. For example, I did not apply new wax today. Now, you guys, do me a favor. You're heading into this crevice, Wild Child leading, Growl bitching, Mogget's currently dozing off while running. Did your camera freeze there? No, Aaron's still awake. Or Aaron's going to get sleepy early tonight.
No, I was looking at this while we were waiting for everybody.
Talk amongst yourselves. Let me refill my drink real quick. Plot, plan, when you know I can't hear you. I'll mute myself so you know I can't hear you.
This is when we need the Monty Python intermission music.
Benny Hill.
Yeah, that too.
It's royalty free now.
It's true.
Hmm. Well, I guess we'll find out what kind of giant dinosaur or whatever's in this place.
You don't have to call yourself a dinosaur.
I don't, but they were my friends. Then that giant rock thing came out of the sky and ruined it for all of us.
Oh. Oh. Hi, Teeny.
This guy still is bringing me these dill pickled pork rinds.
Gross.
Yeah, he doesn't understand. I'm not going to eat those. But I will eat the salt and pepper ones.
You say you worry about soft tacos? Did you say you worry about soft tacos?
Doesn't everybody worry about soft tacos?
God, I love me a soft taco. You know what I made for
Yeah,
dinner
baby.
tonight? And if the answer
What?
is yes, then it's creepy. But if the answer
Well,
is
you are on camera, sir.
I am. So I had leftovers. I had some sausage gravy, some Spanish rice I made. Andrea made some ballpark beef franks with Alfredo noodles. I took those three things, mixed them all
And
together.
had diarrhea.
No, not yet, but the night is still young. So I mixed all three of those things up. Really? Hold on a second. My screen is... What are you holding up for there, John?
4 of those things.
4 of those things.
No, one of those things is a combined. There
There-
wasn't a comma.
Oh.
Yeah, there were 3 different containers. So yeah, Aaron's got it, but you are technically correct there, John. Hold on, let me...
The best kind of correct.
Technical?
Chris, you're muted.
It's the best kind of muted.
Hooray.
Hooray!
I'm trying to get the damn names off my screen because there is like Aaron's name right across his forehead. The best kind of forehead. I don't know.
Did you use a Sharpie?
Now it's a 5-head.
Just move your
So
mouse
you
outside of
Can
the
you show where
Skype window.
Alabama's at?
Hey, nice way.
Because fuck Georgia.
Oh, I did. What a night that was.
Lunchable, Chris?
Why? No, that's not a Lunchable. That's a...
Uncrustable.
There we go.
Uncrustable.
Wasn't that a song by Nat King Cole?
Uncrustable.
That's what you are. No, I'm trying to get rid of... Okay, 1 second, guys. Hey, we're in the technical issue hour. Technical issue hour. Let's see if we can avoid this shit. Okay.
The best kind of technical issue.
Somebody gave Aaron sugar again this week. Okay, there we go.
Look,
Okay.
Hey, we're sponsored by Not Your Father's Root Beer.
We are not sponsored by Not Your... By the way, Chris, I did contact...
I'm sorry, I'm using the royal we. I am sponsored by Not Your Father's Root Beer, and I really appreciate that large check that you guys sent me. It was for $2, but it was large.
It was one of the big checks. Chris, I did contact the cider people, and they're like, yeah, we totally have you had to come out to an event yesterday.
Oh, good.
And I'm
How
like,
was it?
I didn't go. I had other things going on. So
Work.
No. Anyhow, moving
I
on.
worked all day yesterday.
It's okay. So you guys are headed into the crevice. As I said before, there is a half circle or a semicircle of low stairs leading up. So they're about 6-inch high steps, but then you get about 4 or 5 feet before there's another one. You know, it's that perfect height of stairs where it's only a stride and a half instead of a full stride or whatever, so you actually almost trip over them when you're trying to walk fast. And they're not tall enough that
What are these, steps for ants?
No, we're uncles. And I
Condo steps.
condo old people steps where they can actually get their feet up on them. And they have 3 shuffles between one and the other. So
The theater had those steps. I hated them.
yeah, there are those fucking steps where you're like, really, you couldn't have put them a foot closer or a foot further, so we could have got a 1 stride or 2 strides. We got 1.5 strides, and it's not high enough that you really. Anyhow, yeah, you
It's
get
barely
The only
wide
thing
enough
better
for
is
a
when they
foot
friggin'
to be on it.
when they make them different distances. So that you're like, oh, okay, you finally get the stride, and then what the hell?
It always reminds me of Sheldon from Big Bang. You know, if you move furniture just, was it 2 inches, it throws everybody off. Later, Leonard's like, really, 2 inches? I think if
Anyway,
Aaron hadn't met his wife at the age he did, he could have been very much like Leonard.
No,
No? Okay.
no.
No.
I was 22. 23.
Okay. So anyhow,
so as we're approaching the giant chasm, I
everybody
would
give me a
point out
perception roll,
to Jake.
please.
I don't wanna.
Then don't.
Okay.
Marijuana.
Perception.
Natural 20!
Nice. Perception rolls are always optional. You-
Plus 2, 22.
and 8 for Aaron.
23.
Look at Jace showing
And that's
you
why
up
I didn't wanna.
with your natural 20. Oh, wow.
I'll use his.
There's 2 natural 20s. Grull got a natural 20 too. I feel like we should have a small seminar of really observant people, which means everybody but Muggets. Discussing all the things. Hey, did you see the beautiful...
What the frig is up with these stairs? Who the hell does this? These are like 6 inches tall. They may have just made a ramp. It would have been easier.
Whereas Jath, on the other hand, with his 23, is looking at the runes going, yeah, these definitely relate to the ones that are in relation to Vrolzenluke in the Great Desert from 900 years ago when they trapped him there after the time of the Great Sleep of the Gods. Because there was a point in time where the traveling god gathered all the gods together and went, you know what, people don't need gods anymore. Go to sleep. And he basically entombed all the gods. Most of them were willing. A few of them might have had to been encouraged. And they were gone for 300 years, 500 years. Your memory slips on that one because I don't have my notes right here. But now, on the other hand, Kavik, sorry, who's been here before and noticed other things, you're noticing the architecture. And the one thing you key notice is the formation. There is a slight slope on this ground going upward as you enter this crevice, which you didn't think much about. The walls have been melted. There was more here. The walls have fucking been melted here. By the way, this crevice does not go all the way up to 2,000 feet. It's only about 30, 40 feet up, and it encloses. But you think this used to be some kind of huge archway, probably another 2, 3 feet wide on each side. It's about 8 foot wide right now, so maybe 15 foot wide total. And it was a huge arch, and it has melted, like volcanic activity melted this shit, or something equivalent. Some kind of great magic. And it looks like, as you check over your shoulder, you know how that whole thing slopes down towards the center, towards the arena? You're suspicious. Why does it slope towards the center? You don't think it slopes towards the arena. You think the arena is new fucking construction. As you guys noted when you first walked in, somebody put that arena over something that relates to this. Now, Jace, you don't get all that. You get the connection between this and the Great Desert and Verls and Luke, who basically shook the world of the gods and took part of the power of magic away from other gods. And this ties into that. Something to do with magic. The runes, again, you can't read them, but you're like, there's a fucking connection right here. And Grawl, on the other hand, is like, that fucking kid. Now, Grawl rolled a natural 20 also. He is like, that god be damned child he knows something. Why did he survive? And he is muttering this all out. He survived because he knows something. And that's why he wants us here. He can't trust any of these. Why do children need adults? Fucking children. I will kill everything, and then I will beat that child. And he continues muttering in that vein. And Moggets, of course, is like, what? Nobody else is annoyed by the stairs? Really? As you
And I'll
They're
go,
short-
observation, and then
they're short.
relay all of the information that you told me.
Oh, very good. So everybody has all the information I gave Kavix. What about you, Jaith?
I thought everybody knew it.
No.
They should have been coming to my seminars,
Seminars.
my preachings.
His bi-weekly PowerPoint presentations.
Now, some stuff...
Actually, I'll put it in that about that particular demon and.
Oh,
why
not a
the
demon. This was
stiff-
actually
Oh my God.
a necromancer type wizard that became a god. He was vying for power, locked away, and then when he was set free by a group of well-meaning adventurers, aka a
And we
previous
actually-
game,
Wasn't
we did talk
us.
about it a little bit, so
it was Aaron.
I'll relay it to the group
Yeah, seriously,
as we head in.
Aaron, wasn't it you that went into the Great Desert and found that thing and released Verls and Luke?
Probably.
I think it was. Pretty sure. Okay, so everybody relays every information I gave everybody. You've all shared.
Yep. These stairs suck.
As
Only-
you guys
only
get
a dwarf would like them.
into the crevice, you notice the thing that Kavik shared about especially you, Jaith. You were so focused on those runes, you had no idea why you weren't paying attention to the fuck Kavik's noticed. It was just an amazing connection for you. But yeah, these walls, this is definitely not natural. This is definitely something altered these walls, melting the very stone. And as you get further in, there is a mist in the crevice. There is a fog. It is thick. It is weighing. And you can hear clicks on the stone echoing through the fog.
Echo, echo, echo.
No, it's a click.
Well, I will.
Click, click.
I will tap the warhammer on the stone and continue to head in.
The clicks stop for about 10 seconds after you do that. And then they continue again. Everybody give me a perception roll.
Seriously, nobody notices these goddamn stairs?
12.
17. Actually, 11. I'm sorry, 11. 11.
19.
Okay. Really? What the fuck is that? It's a bad roll, whatever it was. I know it was a single digit. You guys continue forward. The clicks are definitely an oddity. You're unsure what they are. But as the mist thickens, everybody give me a constitution roll.
Do we spot the kid anymore?
Yeah, you can see the kid. He seems to be staying within sight, which insinuates through everybody's insight he knows what the visual distance is in this thing. And he actually seems
But he's not the one that's clicking on there to let us know where he's at.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Constitution save.
Yes, please.
14.
Very good.
16.
And Jaith.
18.
Okay. Oh, wait, and Grawl. Grawl. Way to go, big guy. Kavix, you and Grawl are going to get a -1 to all actions at this point in time. Just attacks. Not necessarily saving throws, just any physical actions as the thickness of the fog, or whatever this mist is, wears on, well, your systems and his in different ways. The kid drops down to the ground, dropping 20 feet as the ceiling lowers as you get further in. You're about 40 to 45 feet in when you see 3 distinct shimmering portals. Now, the portals, when I say shimmering, they're sickly. They're like, you ever seen an oil spill on water, even if it's in a puddle in your driveway? They're like that. On one hand, wow, that's kind of a pretty rainbow. On the other hand, ew, I don't want to put my hand on that.
Is my my rod friggin' vibrating at him?
Why does your rod vibrate?
Detect dimensional disturbances within 50 miles.
And because it's Tuesday.
And there's a
And
hamburger
it's got a little
involved.
button on the side that if I plug a USB into, friggin' it's a good time by all. Scares cats away.
Well, apparently it's not working right now because I have 7 of them around me. So no,
Yeah, but you're more than 50 miles.
not as the bird flies.
Only be concerned if the cats start clicking bones while you're in there.
Really, whether I'm in there or not, if my cats start clicking bones, first question is, where the fuck did they get those?
Crazy neighbor.
Okay, fair point, John. So,
Grandpa who's buried out back.
One of us, one of us.
the claw. You know you can't resist. Go ahead, Chris.
The claw. The claw is our master. The claw chooses who will go and who will stay.
See, he's like Roger Rabbit when you go. Anyhow. But with his trigger, it's the claw.
The claw.
See? Everybody give me a perception roll, please. 17 is what you're aiming for?
Jeez, he eats.
It's hidden in the mist.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
You're fascinated by the portals, my friend.
Ooh. Natural 20, so 22.
Very good. By the way, natural 20, I always give a little extra to. I always get a little bonus to. What'd you say there, John?
18.
18. Still a fair roll. Still above what you needed. And he rolled an 18 too. Plus whatever his bonus is. Which I don't know what the fuck it is. Whatever. Anyhow. Actually, hold on. Let me find perception. Oh, he gets a... Fuck. He gets a +9? Wow.
Damn.
He just got a 27.
He's a perceptive motherfucker.
Yeah, I tried to make him the you know, the guy that helps. Okay, so The kid drops between the three oily portals, and something about the oily portals, each one seems to have a dominant primary color, one more blue than the other colors, one more red than the other colors, and the third one green, as opposed to yellow or purple, if that's what you guys are looking for, but green is the shimmer that seems to swirl in that portal. And the kid drops between the three, and he points upward, as everybody who did roll a 17 or above realize the clicking has stopped, and slowly lifting your faces upward, you see, they're bigger than a man, and there's about a dozen of them.
Spiders!
No.
Cockroaches!
No. Which, you know what?
Spider roaches?
Shut up, Moggets. You're the only one that didn't roll. There's something where you can see it. No. They are some kind of insectoid creature, and they are clinging to the walls. They're not cockroaches or spiders, though. But
There's some kind of insectoid. Spider roaches is a perfect description of them.
Moggets, stop helping. Give it 30 seconds till you get to see them too, and then help. But yeah, they're up there, and they're armored, and they have weapons, and they're crystalline weapons. Hey, Chris, you might be interested to know they're made of various crystals and gemstones. You can see
What were Chris's?
What?
They're made of various Chris's. Chris Pine, Chris Pratt, Chris Evans.
Have I told you my Indiana Jones theory?
No.
Okay, real quick segue. Let's do this. So Harrison Ford was interviewed, and he says, Indiana Jones is my role. That role will die with me. And Chris Pratt, it's been hinted that Chris Pratt might be playing the next Indiana Jones, which is something I've been saying for years, get a new actor to take over the role. Harrison Ford mentioned Chris Pratt has been suggested for it, and then he says Chris Evans will never be Indiana Jones. That's what he said in the interview. And people are like, oh, poor Harrison, he's getting old, he got confused and mixed up the names. I don't think he did. I think he was fucking
He did
with
it
people.
intentionally.
I think he did. Because I think Chris Pratt really is going to be our next Indiana Jones, and they're going to have Harrison Ford in it, dying, telling the story as Chris Pratt takes over as Indiana Jones. That's what I think. And I really hope so, because I'd love to see that series go forward with, well, really, like Star Trek. Well, unlike Star Trek, only the odd numbered episode, whereas Star Trek, only the even number were good ones. Yeah. Wrath of Khan, not Search for Spock, but the Journey Home, etc. Star Trek only.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, you said Star Trek, not Star Wars. I'm like, wait a second. Star Wars was okay, friggin', because I was like, Empire, because Hope and Empire are great episodes.
They are. Okay, moving on.
And episode 2 was the best out of the prequels.
Okay, that wasn't hard to do. Thank you. And it was only the best because it had Padme in a half shirt and 50 Jedis in a lightsaber battle.
And?
I have summarized why episode 2 is the best. A white half shirt, by the way. And then she had that
Jedi
slow
nipple.
motion wet shirt scene in my head.
So these bug creatures have jeweled weapons,
Whoa,
crystalline
wait.
weapons.
Nope, we're moving
Point
on
of
with the
order.
game. Moving on. Do we want a new initiative, guys? Roll it.
Yeah, I don't even know what the old one was.
I do.
Nor did I care.
Okay, same here.
I think mine's the same, because I have 22 is my initiative.
You had a 23 before. Jake,
Okay.
what's yours?
8.
Hold on, I'm busy being amused. Okay, so Kavix, Groll, both 22. So 8 for Jaith. What was it, 9 or 10 for Moggets?
It's 10.
That's right. Be proud, motherfucker. Oh.
Raise the roof.
Everybody can give me, oh geez, survival roll, please. We're aiming
Survival?
for
Oh,
18
crap.
or higher
Ooh!
to recognize these creatures.
Yeah, baby.
A natural 20, so
Okay.
22 total.
I got a 9, so they are obviously velociraptors.
I like this. Use a different die to roll every time.
Yes. And Emmy has responded with
23.
roar.
What'd you say, Jaith?
23.
23. So, that is, if I'm not mistaken, Jaith and, now, Kavix, you don't know where this knowledge comes from, but you're familiar with these creatures. You have ran across them somewhere, which you really got to start keeping a journal, and you suspect you may have previously and lost it at some point in time due to something. That's because you know you're very smart, but with your memory limitations, you're suspicious that you have done this
Check the
before.
prisoner wallet.
You're not checking the prisoner wallet. That would be converting back to one of our other players, Green Goblin. Whereas Jaith, you do remember where you have seen these, which I will go into some future episode. You remember very particularly where you have seen these creatures before. They are known as, for all you people with all the books in your head, I'm going to give you a gimme here. They're Thri-kreen. They're known as mantis warriors. Now, considering what you guys rolled, you know they're not necessarily evil creatures. They're not related to the downfall and the talisman in the sky that imbued all these mutant bugs. Though they did kind of come to the forefront at that point in time, you had heard myths and legends of them before this. Now, Kavix, in your situation, it's a little. Do me a favor. Your left curl is much smaller than your right curl. Can you even those out for me, please? Good enough.
Whoa. Hey, dude, that's like telling a girl one boob's bigger than the other. You can't do that on air.
Well, not if she has her shirt off. I mean, but you can if
Yeah,
she's...
because this side likes to curl better than this other side. I can't really
You know,
help
it
that.
has nothing to do
Sir
with
Reginald
mustache.
has a mind of his own. He does what he wants.
You know, that's all
Who
due to
knighted
your...
him?
The internet? About, what, 6 years ago? How long ago was that?
Going on 7, my friend. It is about
Sure.
6.5 years ago. Anyhow. Memories. Suddenly I'm having a flash scene from Cats. The original, which was crappy. Which, by the way, have we all seen the video of where they took the soundtrack from the Cats trailer and put it to the Mandalorian trailer? Yeah.
No, I have not seen that.
Google
However,
that shit.
You go watch that now.
Yeah.
However, the trailer for the new Cats video or Cats movie. Wow.
Now,
Wow.
were you horrified by the first one? Because apparently the public was just horrified by the first one. I was delighted.
Oh no! I love a train wreck. So.
Okay. Anyhow, going back to this, Thri-kreen, mantis warriors, an intelligent and apparently essentially noble race from what you guys know. Now, Kavix, you think you've encountered them before, but you can't put your little wooden and brass finger on where it was. Jaith, you remember exactly where you've dealt with them before. And you remember the exact circumstances. And it was not a bad thing, but I'm not going to go further than that. We'll just leave that hanging for a future, foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you, they're Moggets. No, there's bugs on the wall.
The only good bud is a dead bed bug.
Growl's like, they remind me of children. I want to kill them all. I really got to stop doing that on air. So.
Save that, Chris. That's our new ringtone.
Clip it. And when you're done clipping, let us know so we can let you go first.
Well, I will hold off and do that again in a second.
Take
so
your time.
I will go first.
The clips are
That'll be
actually
our
very
new
important
Patreon
right
for
now
now.
for what we're aiming to do in the long run, so the clip can take precedence this time. Oh, there's the Hosting Asylum bot talking into our chat. Appreciate that, Asylum. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. Asylum, all I can say is the grand old saying of nothing is constant except change. That is...
And the old Opry.
What?
Huh?
No, what'd you say?
And the old Opry. That's grand as well.
I don't think we're discussing grand things as much as just things that... I said it's a grand old saying.
Oh, grand old. Oh, okay.
What? Anyhow.
What?
Okay. Time to open this.
This intermission brought to you by beer.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Okay. So, gentlemen, Kavix, you're going first. You're muted, my friend.
You have to unmute yourself.
Great.
See, I don't even have to fuck with Chris and randomly mute him. He does this shit to himself.
It's true.
Hey, Chris, if it makes you feel better, when I came back in after refilling my drink, I did start speaking before I was even on camera, and then realized, oh, fuck, I'm muted, but nobody saw me speak, so I got away with it.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Okay, so what would you like to do, sir?
Since I know they're fairly intelligent, I'm going to hold my action of attacking one of them until one of them attacks first.
Okay.
So that the talkie people can do the talkie bits.
Okay, and it doesn't mean they won't fuck your shit up given the chance. It just means they're, as you said, intelligent, and they tend to be noble as opposed to savage. Though you have met one noble savage, you killed him. Okay. Grull goes next. Kavix, you're next to Grull. Grull is all about killing them. Do you want to help him hold his action, or do you want to just let him do what he does?
Yeah, I'll put an arm out and like a finger that's just the like, wait.
Which finger? I can't see.
The number one finger.
Okay, fine.
Not the thumb finger. Not that one. Not that one.
Not like, hey, Grull. Okay, he will. Okay, he'll hold his action. Moggets, you're next. Now, you have noted that Kavix is like, hold on, Grull, wait.
Do they look like they were going to attack us all? Or the kid? Or the oily friggin' portals? Or what do they look like they're doing?
Roll insight. And we're going to call this your action as you observe them to try to figure out what their motive is.
I got no clue. I rolled a 1. A solid 1. 1. Or as the die said to me, a 1. Fuck you, Moggets.
Moggets, let me point this out to you. You're what, 45? Your character?
Yeah, about that.
Okay. Since you were in your teens, anytime anything that looks like a bug bubbles out of the earth, it is trying to kill you guys.
That's what I always thought.
Yeah. And these guys might be...
Bug is a dead bug.
Yeah, they look terrifying and aggressive and like they're gonna fucking kill you. That's all I can tell you. Now, you have a wisdom of whatever it is, and you see Kavix purposely restraining not physically, just gesture-wise, restraining Grull. So, tell me your action, sir. Are you really going to roll a dice for that?
No. I'm thinking about what I've got available to me.
Taking too long. Jaith, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
Are they descending upon us?
They are dropping down to the ground in front of the portals. But they rolled a 1, so they're going last.
I'm going to move to where they're going to drop to.
There's about a dozen of them, so that's not terribly clear. Now, the portals are kind of clumped in one section, so you could definitely move to that area. But are you... What's that?
No, I'll move to that area.
Okay. Yeah, but you can't necessarily get under where all of them will drop, is what I'm saying. But yeah, you... Okay,
I just
you
didn't
can
know
move to...
how clumped together they were. So.
They are probably within 6 to 8 feet, the 3 different portals. And they're at the far end of the crevice. It looks like part of the portals are actually buried in the rock wall where it had melted down, as Kavix pointed out to you. Which
Do any of them appear to be wearing things that are identifiable per each portal? Like they're defending the portal, or?
We're going to go and give you some kind of wisdom roll, or if you think there's a better thing, please let me know. Definitely go with perception.
Insight.
What's that?
Insight?
Insight
Are
is
they trying to
fine.
protect-
Perception is fine.
Insight plus 8. 24.
Plus 8, motherfucker. No, they are not marked in any certain way that seems to apply to any given portal, and...
Alright. Well, I moved to the largest clump of them, where I think they're going to be. And that's my turn.
Okay. By the way, when they drop down, they are dropping down in front of the portals, creating a semicircle in front of the portals to basically block your entry. And they begin... What's that?
I said, oops, I screwed that up for him.
Well, I mean, you're in the area, but they're still dropping beside you and around you. They're within easily. You could just reach out and touch a half dozen of them, no problem. And they start speaking. Here's the thing, though. With Thrycreen, when they speak, it's a matter of clicking their mandibles together versus pushing air out. They have a thorax. They don't have vocal cords. So, thank you, Aaron. Add a little huffing to that because they can push oxygen in. But the oxygen comes in and out of their abdomen through their air holes, which are spaced along their abdomen, like any insect. You know, from all those roaches and ants that you've inspected in your life, going, where do they breathe from? Yeah, just for anybody that doesn't know, it's fucking holes in their goddamn rib cage, which isn't a rib cage at all. It's a fucking casing. So they start this kind of hissing, clicking noise thing, and there's a smell that goes with it also. The smell is totally foreign to you, unless if you guys tell me you have some kind of insectoid language skill. Does anybody real quick?
I mean, I can't smell shit. I don't have a nose. I don't breathe, so...
Got your nose, motherfucker. Ah, my nose.
That shit was fake.
Well, he's got it as a souvenir now. He put it on his keychain. So he always knows where his keys are. Anyhow. Anybody speak bug?
No.
Okay.
I speak animal.
You speak with animals?
I do have to speak with animals.
They're definitely not animals. Yeah, they're definitely above animal intelligence. So you could try it, but it's logically it's not likely to work. Now, They are attempting. Everybody give me.
You mean it's not like you can understand a little bit of Italian if you understand some French?
Well, you can, but bug is not necessarily animal. Matter of fact, I would say. Let's see what we can fix up with this. Fuck me. Just give me a raw intelligence roll. It is amazing how few intelligence skills
24.
there are. Oh, you know what? You could use nature if you want. I'll let you use nature.
Using the same roll, that would have been a 23. 24.
10.
11.
The one guy that just wants to kill all the bugs is the one that goes, fuck, I think they're talking. Can you hear him snoring there, Chris?
I can't.
I don't know.
He's not close enough for the mic to pick it up.
He is. We were just all talking and rattling things. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Now, to be fair, I think they're saying we're gonna fucking kill you.
No, you can hear them trying to imitate human speech. And you're getting basically breathy wind with clicks where hard consonants would go. So the wind is trying to give you your soft curved vowels, whereas the clicks is, and with a 24, you've basically understood.
Yo, motherfucker! What up? Why you in our hood? I mean,
I really want to say no initially, but the fact that you put that much effort into it.
Yo, dog, you can't be here. These are our portals. You're gonna get yourself hurt rolling up in here in a hood like this.
I am
Can't
so
you see
torn
there's
on
like
just
12
letting
of
him
us?
keep going versus telling him what I have.
All these small kids be rolling up in here, they get sucked into the portals like this. This is a bad deal, man. You cannot be up in this hood like this. You see all those guys with the bows? They be scared up on him, man. You cannot do this.
So,
Can't you see
What's
him?
the little child
He's like
doing?
8 feet tall. He's the
Marcus,
only
what
smart
you
dude around here.
actually think you understood is do not enter the portals, it's dangerous. But you say, guys, I can understand them, and you spew all that out at these guys in the same
That's
accent.
the insight. That's just kind of the insight of the tone that I'm catching off these guys.
He clarifies. Kavix, that's a great question. The child is crouched between two of the portals, and he hisses at these creatures, but it's no different than you've seen him hiss at people when he's sitting on a rooftop. Okay, Andrea should be home in about 45 minutes, so we might get her for part of this.
Yay.
Like, you can't be coming up on me like that. You know we got
Okay,
a
Moggets,
deal.
hold on, let's move forward. John, what are you eating?
Had too many.
These pork rinds.
Oh,
Pickle
man.
flavor.
Yep. It was just last night I was in general chat of World of Warcraft, and somebody said all men are pigs, and I typed into chat, makes it sound like a pork rind. True story. Okay, so Moggets is carrying on with what he thinks the translation is. You know, they went... And he suddenly goes on for 7 minutes about what he thinks it means. And he's still
So
going
Jake,
on.
it was just like more of Moggets.
That's right. Kavix is like checking out the kid, nudging Jaith, pointing at the kid, not nudging Grull, because that just means kill the kid now if you nudge Grull, and you're not a moron. So You guys get the gist from Moggets that he's basically like, don't enter the portals. But he phrases it slightly different. You know, it's like that four ministers is and the person goes, he said blah 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 blah.
like the sign language guy that was faking it for the UN.
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't hear about this? Happened about a year ago. A fake sign language guy made it all the way up onto the TV for the UN, and he's just doing. Oh, just complete fake sign language.
Which he fully admitted once he was confronted about it. He was like, yeah, no, I was just standing there, and they were like, hey, you know sign language? And he went, and they went, okay, great.
And then, like, 2 weeks later, another lady goes, oh, no, I was having a bad migraine attack, and she doubled down.
And she doubled down or tumbled down?
Doubled down. And said, oh, no, I was having, like, a migraine attack, friggin', and... no, I totally know sign language.
So there was more than one?
Oh, yeah.
Is this an epidemic?
yes, that is the appropriate reaction. I've broken Travis.
I'm too honest for my own good. I would never even consider this sort of deceit.
Right, no.
Maybe it's conspiracy. Maybe sign language is all a fake.
They've been lying to me my whole life. I said, what? They said...
How come all of you use different things for words? Doesn't make any sense.
But I found a website.
Oh, no, deaf people can really talk and can actually hear.
Okay, on with the game.
6 months ago.
Let's start again at the beginning of the initiative. Don't awe me. We're moving on with the damn game. We will accomplish it.
The Stevie Wonder's not really.
We have moved 90 feet so far this fucking game. Let's move forward a little more.
Oh, come on, Chris. Tell them about it.
So, Cavix.
I will do nothing and hold my action and try and stop Grawl from attacking the big bugs and children. Again.
Wait, there's more than one child? Grawl says when you're like, don't attack the children. He's like, there's more than one? Which distracts him nicely. Moggets,
You never told.
Moggets, you're still going on with your translation.
Yo.
Jaith, you're a talker. Let's move to you real quick.
What else is in this room? Is there other places to go?
This room is basically, once Cavix pointed it out, you understand this was a beautifully carved, 40-foot tall, 60-foot long hallway, ornate with runes which fucking got melted somehow. And there are 3 portals at the end of what was once a hall and is now a melted-ass crevice that is supposedly haunted, and they look tainted. So you have 3 portals and nothing else besides slag. Slag that's been slag for possibly decades, centuries? You can't really tell because there's not enough weathering going on inside here to know the passage of time. And, of course, a dozen Thrycreen. And Grawl wanting to kill the child who's hissing from between 2 portals. Cavix who's holding back Grawl, a child who is hissing at the Thrycreen. The Thrycreen who are clicking and hissing. And then Moggets who... The fuck, is he drunk again?
Still.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to move over to the kid.
Okay, the kid was going to climb... Or he's going to move away from you. You continue to move forward. Are you continuing to move forward?
I'll look at him and point where the problem's at.
Is what you say to him? Or are you going to
Yeah.
point?
Well, I could point at him, but that won't help.
He stopped. Now, are you still approaching him while you say this?
No, I stopped.
Okay.
Because I don't want him to get further away.
He cocks his head at you. Like he's listening and doesn't quite understand. Your insight of 12 or whatever it is there tells you he's not sure what you're trying to tell him. Language isn't necessarily his strong suit.
Let's hope he understands the word bad, and I point towards one of the Thrycrin and watch him. Like, bad question mark.
He looks confused and frustrated and upset. He's got no patience because he's a fucking kid. And he growls, screams, not super loud, and points at the portals and waves you into all of them. Really, he just like gestures at the left one and then to, he's between, if we call the one to his left, your right, number 1, the center one, number 2, and the one to his right, your left, number 3, he gestures once towards number 1 and then once towards number 2 and 3, basically going, go in a fucking portal, is what you're getting out of him. He's ignoring the Thrycrin, and the Thrycrin appear to be ignoring him, which feels weird, but obviously perhaps they're familiar with each other.
All right, well, I'm going to turn towards the group and say, we're going to pick a portal. Which one?
Green, blue, or red?
I'll go. Before we do that, let's see if they can read. And I will write in the dirt, like, do you speak common? And then point, do the like,
He fucking Vanna Whites the shit out of that. So,
He's got a disguise kit for it.
Of course I speak common.
Because potentially they could write something that we could then read, since clearly verbal communication not working.
Yeah, it just doesn't
When
work.
you speak confused, you don't speak common.
What do you write?
He writes inquiry. Do you speak common?
Query. Do you speak common? Question mark.
And one of them looks down at it, and then clicks and hisses, and waves over at another one, and the other one comes over and looks down at it, and then cocks his head, and turns his body to look at it in the other direction, and then says, Yeah, actually, you hear a sigh out of him that feels like an ah. And he reaches down. They look at Moggets, who lets out this odd shout. Moggets, do you have a flask like the fucking other Rocairn that used to hang out with these people?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, good
A
enough.
gentleman always carries a flask, just in case a little old lady needs one.
That's not why I carry one, but okay.
Well, you gotta empty it and refill it occasionally.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't want that stuff to go bad.
No, definitely not.
Offer it to my new Thrycrin friends. No.
One of them will take it.
Okay.
Now, his
Little
hands
liquids.
are actually just, they're not pincers, but
They're the size. They got the little bit size.
I love
They're
that.
more like the stick bug fingers.
Yes, it is 3 digits, which
Yes,
one of them
those
seems to
threes.
be more of an extension of the arm, and the other 2 are almost like 2 thumbs that come up to meet it.
Okay.
And it takes the flask and it dribbles it into its orifice, which the mandibles then click around it, and it dribbles down its thorax. And it cocks its head, and we're going to leave you with that image in a moment as the other one is looking at the writing and then basically pulls a satchel off its shoulder and sweeps it across the dirt. Now, the dirt is more of a thick layer of dust that he has to redistribute, which he does quite deftly. And then he draws in it with his second set of legs, because they have 3 sets of appendages. So 6 appendages total, and he uses the middle set, and it is very deftly done. This one does not have the 3 digits. This one is just long. It looks like it could be used as an extra set of legs or an extra set of hands, sort of. But yeah, he scribbles it, and he writes a fucking paragraph in pretty decent common. It's broken common, but the handwriting's not bad at all, especially considering it's in dust. And what you're getting is, do not enter portals. Evil. There is magic. There devour people. We are here to stop people from entering, to help preserve the canyon. The previous masters of the canyon, and then he ran out of room.
Let me translate that for you, dog.
And then...
No, and then. So he sweeps the dust out evenly. The kid, while the guy is scraping away, screeches again and points at the portals, gesturing wildly. Now, let me give everybody else a chance to react here, besides Kavix, who is just captivated by the story this bug is writing. Moggets, you just translating what he wrote in pretty damn good common, except doing it ghetto version.
Well, I actually read that word for word, but every 5th time I either put in a motherfucker or a dog.
Very good. Jay.
Not being able to take the clever banter, I go into portal number 1.
He pushes the button. By the way, there are times...
I saw evil's there to keep us out, so in I go.
Okay. By the way, Jaith, you don't even think he realizes what he's saying as he mutters in, but he says, "The power of Jonathan protect me." And he steps into the blue portal. Now, it is hazy and foggy, and he slips into it, and you can almost hear the blurble noise that we all know so well from sci-fi movies as they enter whatever liquidy portal.
That's just a rope Karen exchanging gases with the outer atmosphere.
Shark Week.
I wonder why they just didn't build a wall right in front of the portals, and then another wall right behind the portals. How would have fixed the problem?
Aren't the portals in the wall? Sort of.
They're partially embedded in the wall. The portals apparently.
Yeah, but you fix one right in front of the wall and problem solved. Nobody goes in.
Well, they're. So anyhow, Jaith has disappeared into one of the portals. You guys want to continue reading the story?
I mean, I'm captivated in the story. I don't know what he's doing. I want to find out what the other guys did.
You saw him step in, but you could purposely ignore him if you like.
For this round, I will purposefully ignore him.
Okay, good enough. Moggets, well, purposely ignore him.
We're going to find out what's going on.
Grawl is like, "Motherfucking kid made him do it!" and leaps into the portal. So the guy continues on with, "Death, but in another form, comes from them. Their masters call to them to destroy what is known and create the new race." And he runs out of room in the dust. The others are clicking and clacking and pointing at the portal that is still shimmering and wobbling as your 2 friends went in. The child is screaming like an angry monkey and pointing at the portal while leaping up and down. New round. Cavix, what would you like to do?
Great. I will clear the dust and write on it.
They seem to understand what you say.
What?
They understand you. You just can't understand
right.
their version
See,
because they don't have the equipment.
Right. I go, well, I guess I'll go, what would this be? It's not really a statement. I guess it'll go, resignation, and sigh loudly. Somehow. You're not quite sure how, but I do manage to sigh.
You still have the full ability to interpret language. So you... Resignation. What else do you say?
We are quite powerful, and now my friend has gone through the portal. So hopefully we will stop the evil from coming back through it, and I will then take off running and go through the portal.
Hey, Moggets. What are you doing?
Our friend is impatient. We'll be back. Yo, yo, yo! Ouch!
Then, like Homer in the bushes, Moggets fades into the blue portal. Are you both going through
right backwards into the portal? Out!
Yep, into the blue.
Into the blue. So, Jaith, we're going to give you a round or two here. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust. Everything comes into focus. It is a broken underground tunnel. The ground is gravelly rubble. The walls are rough hewn. You can see in a few areas as your eyes adjust that somebody has tried to work the stone, but it was either a feeble or some kind of very limited attempt. You're not talking about skill with this, just in general. They didn't fucking try very hard or very long. One of the two. Because these look like partially natural cave, partially... Sorry, I heard the rattling. I was very interested.
Oh.
I'm like a cat that hears
Checking
the
my
treat.
character sheet.
Very good. But yeah, your Rocairn heritage speaks of, you're guessing these might have been natural tunnels at some point in time. Perhaps explosives of magical or mundane nature used to clear it out. Some working happened. And just not enough effort was put into fucking anything to make anything make sense here. But there is a portal shimmering behind you. There is a passageway leading forward. It's a very thin passageway, probably only 3 feet wide, which means with your broad Rocairn shoulders, you even have to turn a little bit to get through. Grawl immediately bumps into the back of you, almost tumbling over you. But your solid stature stops him from moving any further forward, and you only pop forward a half step before both of you catch your balance.
We'll give them a minute to catch up. If not, we'll leave a trail for them.
Of blood?
I don't see that you're menstruating, so no.
It's called manstrating. But anyhow, no, we can't leave one of stones. Probably. The fuck is that noise? He says, looking out as you hear a scampering and skittering in the darkness ahead of you. Now, in the darkness ahead of you, you having dark vision or night vision or whatever the fuck they call it in this edition of D&D, You focus on that as you wait for your friends. Now, it is 8 o'clock. Does anybody need a quick break to get a refill, etc.? Aaron, you take a walk around the block, get a breath of fresh air to
Yep,
wake
I'm
up?
good.
Are you going to stay awake till 10? You got 2 more hours in you?
I'm gonna go
Yep,
grab
have a good
something
night.
to drink.
Okay. Chris, you need a break real quick? I'm going to go grab a piece of candy or two.
Yeah, I should take one.
Okay, well.
Candy!
Now,
Yo!
Now, what we're going to do to keep everybody amused while I step away for 18 seconds to get a piece of candy, we're going to have Moggets continue to translate what he thinks the Thrycreen said. Go.
Look here, dog. You cannot be going through these portals. They're dangerous. I mean, we got the one on the right, we got the one in the middle, and we got the one on the left. They go to all kinds of different places. We don't go through them. And we are bad mofos. You are little and squishy. You ain't got these hard armors like we got. I mean, look at us. We are bad. I mean, we can take an arrow. You can't. You squishy. Look at this. All right? There's 12 of us. They're what? They're like 4? You and a little kid? No. You cannot be doing this kind of thing. No. No. You're going to end up like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. A ghost in your rich uncle's house in heaven. That cannot be going on. Now, don't say we didn't warn you if you decided to do this. All right?
Are you done? Is that it? Is that all you got?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You said 18 seconds. You returned, so I figured I'd cut it off.
Oh, yeah, you
I told them they can't go.
You can go to. I was just curious if you could go more. I'm going to eat a Twix.
Oh, I could definitely go more. I could do that all night long.
I'm going to eat one of the right Twix instead of one of the left Twix.
Oh, no.
Are you a lefty?
I am. Now look, all right. If you do decide to do this, all right, go through the green portal. Green is go. Red is stop. Blue.
Okay.
I wouldn't do
you
blue.
can actually
Blue's a
stop.
bad
I'm back.
kid.
We're good. Aaron, have you actually even signed up for Twitch?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. I don't track that kind of thing.
You've never actually gone to the channel while we're streaming, then?
Oh no. Friggin' my camera freezes if I've got anything up in the background. So let's find out.
No, let's not.
Do you just really want me interacting with people?
No. That's it.
No, we're good.
No, really, not ever. Especially in public. So, as you pause for a moment listening to the scampering noises ahead there, Jaith. Everybody good? Everybody unmuted? Okay.
Yes.
By the way, I got like a mixed candy pack and it actually has blow pop bubble gum. Just bubble gum. And I'm like, great. So I put this in the mouth. It's going to be really fucking awesome for about 8 seconds before you're like, oh, flavor's gone. Like Bazooka Joe.
I was gonna say like fruit stripe, but sure.
Well, the flavor would be similar to Bazooka Joe.
Can you even get fruit stripe anymore?
Yep.
With that
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
ass
Sam.
zebra?
What, John?
We have it at Sam's every time we go. So.
You think by now they would have figured out a formula for that and juicy fruit that makes the flavor last longer.
Why would they do that? You sell less gum.
I see where he's going with this. Let's go back to the game.
Screw you and your logic.
I love Aaron's logic. Yeah, let's use that word.
That was a completely reasonable statement.
Anyway.
Yes. So, you guys push into
Push.
the tunnel. Kavix, as you come through, do you have dark vision?
Nope, I'm blind as a bat.
It is pitch black in here. And as you take a step in, you feel a set of taut buttocks against your groin and a strong, muscly back covered in a leather overcoat in front of you. At least as you run your hands across his shoulders. You assume it's a leather. And then, moments afterwards, you hear the talky-talky voice of Moggets behind you, and you feel a taut set of buttocks against your taut buttocks.
Buttocks. I will take out my little light stone and give us light.
Light blossoms into the area, and Jaith, you can see pale forms scurry away from the light. They're larger forms, not quite, I guess they're about road-cairn height, very pale, very pasty, humanoid, but they weren't in the newly produced light long enough for you to identify them well.
Chuds.
What?
Chuds.
Which were originally from the Time Machine, and they were called Morlocks.
I'll turn around. Where's the child?
The child did not come through.
Yeah, he stayed behind.
Because he's not stupid.
All right. Press forward then. They're all here.
Is there still a shimmering portal in front of me?
Well, in front of you, yes. Behind everybody else. Yeah, it's out of flavor. No, not the portal, the gum.
The portal is out of flavor. It is no longer blue and shimmery. It's just black and white and gray.
Like my ex. Anyhow, yeah, Jaith moves forward. The dim light of the half-expended light stone in a basically broken ring of light in front of you as the shadows of two people in front of Kavix. Now, did everybody have one of these, or did Jaith not get one?
I don't have one, but...
Well, there you go. Moggets, you weren't there for it, so you don't have one. So I know Groll has one. And I guess Kavix.
Yeah, I think Jaith decided not to take one because he said he could see fine in the dark, but me and Lolly and Groll took one.
Very, very good. So
Lolly just wanted one because it's cool.
Because it's a
she
shiny
can see in the
rock.
dark too.
Because magic.
Yeah.
Not something she claims to have from whatever delusional place she claims to be from.
The future.
So you guys move forward about 12 feet before this cramped passage opens up into a huge cavern. You can hear the scrambling of fleshy appendages, and I say that because they're slapping noises as opposed to hard, crisp, clicking noises. And it echoes in here, so obviously the roof is quite a bit up. The half-expended stone behind you there, Jaith, limits your vision of figuring out where the ceiling is.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Keep going. Just keep going.
The slapping noises. Leathery
no,
slapping
I got that. I
noises.
was just curious if you thought Chris was talking to you when he said keep going.
I do now.
Okay.
Just reach back and put a crossbow bolt right into the back of his head.
Sorry, this joke is on delay. Brought to you by Aaron.
So you guys enter the larger cavern. Jaith leading, Grull behind him, Kavix behind him, and Moggets taking up the rear. Facing forward at this point in time, I would assume.
Yes.
Grull has pulled out his lightstone also, which doesn't necessarily strengthen the light, it just makes it a little
Extends it.
wider. Yeah, slightly. Depending how close he is to Moggets. Sure, you're in a large open cavern. The smell is interesting, might be an understatement.
I don't care what it smells like.
Hey, Grull. Grull,
Yeah.
where are we at on your map?
He looks around and he's like, hold this. And he hands Kavix his stone. And he fumbles through his pouch and pulls out the map and unrolls it. What the fuck are you doing? I can't see the map.
Juggling with the stones.
Juggling one stone?
With
Need a
both
hobby.
stones.
That's not jug. Do you have a second stone?
He has a stone. He gave me his stone, and then I had my stone.
Oh, I didn't know you pulled your stone out.
I did. I said I pulled out my stone, and
I didn't know that. Huh? I missed that part. Sorry.
Can I have a Mountain Dew?
There's no women. Move on. So, the map shows a cavern with two exits. It's a large semicircle. Well, I should say it's circle-ish. It's round-ish. And it's got one passage, which is mapped. And then it has two other exits from here. And that's...
so like it looks like a Y with like a big bubbly bit at the bottom, and like we're at one end, like the bottom part of the Y, and then it goes off into two other little bits.
It looks like a... And I'll show this to you guys, and then I'll show it to any viewers. It looks like a word bubble. It looks like circle-ish with two exits, and then where you came in at. Which, in case anybody out there wants to see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant your magic map. Do we show up on your magic map?
Yeah, that's the magic map.
Oh, okay. Oh, it zoomed in? Okay.
It created a brand new map. It's new.
Okay.
The logic
Gotcha.
would tell you it's not on the world.
Perfect.
Or if it is,
Or somewhere
it's
else.
so far underground, it's not connected directly. Thus, the magic portal is going from point A to point B. Now, that's when the screech and the pitter-patter of feet come towards you. We could do a new initiative, I guess, if everybody wants. Go ahead.
Okay.
Since we never seem to get more than one round of combat in this outing.
Woohoo!
What do you got there?
17.
Jaith, what do you got?
14.
That's
Yeah,
not yours,
but-
no.
22.
Sorry, Kavix changed his name. I still have to fucking think about it every goddamn time I write it down now.
Just until we get out of here and I fix my disguise
No,
kit.
Then I've got to go back to the other one? And then as soon as I'll get used to that, I'll have to go back to the other...
brocade.
Yeah. John, I saw you push back. You okay? You need something?
Nope.
Okay.
Just getting comfortable.
Okay. So, Kavix, you see small, pale forms. They're like, I don't know, albino cave hobbits, but less hairy. And they're coming right at you. There's a dozen of them.
Great. I'm going to attack the closest one.
Hold on a second. I get a cat who's unhappy about another cat. Okay, squirrel. Okay, go and roll and do your thing.
23 to hit.
Oh yeah. What are you attacking with? The hand crossbow?
My crossbow at the one that's like rushing me.
Squirrel, just go.
Is my sneak attack?
Yep, you fire a bolt. You connect with that bolt.
Great. 9, 10, 13 plus 4, 17 damage.
Wow. You hit it in the head as this childlike figure comes into the circle of your light, dressed in rags. But if you thought the kid outside was feral, that is nothing compared to this thing. It's hunched and kind of plump, but not in the like healthy pink way, but like in the sickly bloated way. And it's running on all fours till it gets close enough to launch itself through the air, which is when you fire your bolt. Okay. So, and it does launch itself through the air. Where's my... Moggets?
There's a bunch coming from that direction.
Oh, yeah. They're dropping from the ceiling. They're coming from every side.
Sleep.
Very good. As you're passing out.
I get 5d8 worth of hit dice.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a nice freaking spell. Or excuse me, 5d8 worth of hit points.
Oh,
hit
points.
Dice. Hit points. Yep.
Yeah, that's very different.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And they get a. I'm just double checking.
DC 15?
Yes, it should be a DC 14, I think.
Okay, roll 5d8 first. You sure your DC didn't go up when you hit 5th level?
I don't know. Might be.
It should be 11 plus whatever your intelligence modifier is.
Oh, okay, then it is 15. 16, 24. Oh, nice. 32.
Yay, 32 hit points worth. And DC what?
15.
Okay. One drops face down into the gravelly floor.
It starts with the lowest first and works its way up, just to give you a heads up.
Okay. Very good. Well, for ease of DMing a dozen creatures, they all have the same.
Okay.
No. It's,
I'm just letting you know.
Jaith.
I'll move up into the one that's the closest to attack.
Okay. Do you want to attack
Strike
the
it with a
same one
hammer.
that's throwing itself as Kavix, or do you want to attack a different
Yep.
one?
That one's close enough.
Okay. What are you attacking with right now?
The hammer.
Okay.
21.
What's that?
21 to hit.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit him. Your hammer connects with the side of his neck as he's throwing himself through the air, and you skid through the gravel underneath Kavix's crossbow.
And it does 13 points of damage.
Hitting him in the throat. His momentum carries him forward, which means he lands head first into Kavix's ankle. Unmoving.
I will move to engage another one.
Very good. Is that
And
something you
strike
can...
it.
Okay, you can...
As long as I didn't use up all my movement.
Very good. No, you didn't. You didn't.
Okay. Armor class 17.
Yep, your hammer, correct?
Yep.
Your hammer connects with the second one.
I'll do 14 points of damage. And I'm done.
Well, he takes that hammer to the ribs, and he launches himself at you, attacking you. Oh, scraping harmlessly across your armor. But the second one that attacks you from the other side rolls a natural 20. So he is hitting. And he is going to do 6 points of damage.
You double the dice.
I'm sorry?
You critted me, you double the dice.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about the crit thing. So that is a 12 points of damage then. Yeah.
Alright. So,
Thank you. Totally forgot about the crit. I was just happy that he hit you at all. I'm not used to them hitting you. I was all excited. Which, by the way, if your AC is over 20, he got a 26 total. So, I don't think yours is over 20.
I can't raise it up to 26, so it's not
Okay. I give it time one day when you grow up.
No.
Okay, so yeah, they are just coming from all sides. So we're gonna have 2 on Kavix. Kavix does a 17 hit.
No.
No, barely misses. Oh, very close though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, he
My
scrapes.
AC is 18.
He scrapes along your armor with these interesting claws. You can see the claws, but that's not for you. Sorry, one of the cats decided to roll the dice for me. Yeah, you can see his claws throwing off greenish sparks as they run along your armor. And you're unsure why it's creating sparks. He's not hitting all metal, partial of it is wood. But then another one leaps on you from the other side with a 25, and he does 10 points of damage to you as he leaps on your back, biting at your, well, where your ear would be, and clawing at your head.
Ow.
Moggets, as for you,
Sure.
you have, well, the first
All of
one,
them.
you sidestep deftly. The other one, though, you step right into his little clawed fingers for 9 points of damage as he
Jesus,
drags him
no.
along your stomach. Now, Grull, yes? Hold on. Apparently, Andrew wants to buy me pants.
Booty call.
Sweet.
Tell her shorts.
17. What is Grull's? Oh, yeah, that hits him. Grull gets. They're rolling pretty fairly well on this. No, second one misses. I think only one hit each of you. Okay. So we've got 2 down. One is asleep, one is dead. And then there is at least 2 attacking each of you as they disappear into the dark, then back into your light circle to dart in and attack you. They don't seem to have weapons, and also they don't seem to be wearing clothes. And they are pallid and bloated, but super fucking quick. Okay. Kavix? Oh, wait, no, wait. Grawl gets to go. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, Grawl is going to lash out with a... Eldritch Bolt. Let's just go with an Eldritch Bolt. Nice and basic and simple. 14. Oh, just hits. D10 plus 4 for his damage. 9 points of damage. He's got a 600-foot range on that damn thing now.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
It is. It's amusing. What did I say? 9?
Yep.
He does have something where you could do as a reaction, but I forget what it is. Can he, no. Okay, let's roll it back to the beginning. Kavix?
I will pull out my rapier and attack the guy that bit me.
Very good. Well, the guy that bit you is dead.
Oh, all right.
Jace
The
killed
other
him.
one, the guy that missed me.
Very good.
18.
Your rapier bites into the flesh. Now, are you able to get a second attack? For some reason, I want to say you are.
Yeah, I have, as a bonus action, 2-weapon fighting. But
Okay.
it doesn't exactly say what that does.
You get a second attack, but there's certain bonuses you don't get. I want to say you get proficiency,
Right.
but not your stat bonus. That sound right, guys?
I don't add my ability
Right.
modifier.
Correct.
The damage.
To any of it for the second attack. And I could be wrong. Correct me if you think I'm wrong.
When you take the attack action on your attack with a light melee weapon you are holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you're holding. You do not add your ability modifier to the damage
Correct.
of the attack.
There you go. Thank you, John. Appreciate that.
So, rapier in one hand, dagger in the other.
Very good.
So I will slash at him with the rapier. And that damage... Because the 18 hits, right?
Correct. Yes, it does. Stabs into him.
That did... rolled a 1 on the D8. How sad.
Damn it.
Oh, so 1.
So that is 10, 13... No, wait. 13 plus 4. 17 damage.
Wait,
With
you
the
rolled a 1
rapier.
and got 17?
Yes, because I still get sneak attack, because I'm ahead of him in the initiative order.
Very good. Okay. See, it's, yeah, no more whining about ones, okay? Ever. For damage.
And then the dagger is like a 23 to hit with.
Okay. And you're not adding the stat bonus on that one, just proficiency bonus, right? Oh, wait, that's just damage. You get full thing to hit. Okay. Yes, you hit with that also, so just don't add your...
Yeah, but it's just the damage die, which is a d6, so... No, I want the good
proficiency
D6.
doesn't go towards damage. It only goes towards hit.
Never.
Okay, thank you.
A little bit over.
supposed to have.
So how much damage do you do with your dagger?
2 more points of damage.
Well, it's something, right? So then you stab him, scraping along his side. Now he is still up and going, but they have a crazed look as opposed to, the logical look of, you just fucked me up pretty good, let me get out of the way. They have a crazed look of, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you! Now, Moggets? Oh, Moggets is distracted.
Nope, got.
Oh, okay.
Friggin', is there anything close by either friggin', I know he just killed both of the ones that he had next to him. What about anything close to Jafe?
No, I've still got one on me.
Oh, you still got one on you?
Yeah. And the one
missile.
that fell was replaced with another.
Okay.
Everybody has at least 2 individuals darting in and out of the light circle to attack them. So you can buddy up and kill one that's already injured if you want. You're all close enough to help each other that way. Or you could just focus on the ones on you.
No, I'm aiming for one that's close to one of them, because I get my magic missiles off of them.
There you go. Well, you got a choice of the one on Jaith, the one on Grull, or the one on Cav.
Let's go for the one on Groll.
Okay.
And that is a magic missile to the one on Groll.
Okay, is that air quote magic missile, or... Okay.
Magic missile!
Yeah, you gotta clarify. I don't
20.
know what feat you got at level 4.
Yeah. Magic missile, and I actually rolled a natural 20.
Oh, nice. So don't forget to
Yeah,
do
it's
the
very
bonus
nice.
damage. Go ahead and roll. Tell me some damage. And don't forget your sneak attack thing and all that stuff.
Yes,
Lots
that's going
of
to be
dice.
very, very nice. As soon as I can find... Alright. That's 6, 9... 24... 33?
Damage?
Yes.
From one dagger.
Double the dice.
That's impressive. That's impressive. Especially when you're rolling D4s.
Well,
Well, no,
D6s.
plus 3d6s.
Well,
Oh,
6
yeah.
D6s.
Wow, it doubles your...
He gets sneak attack too.
Yeah.
And it
Any dice
doubles your
double.
sneak attack damage too. That's
Yeah.
impressive. And
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, and I'm not
That's-
saying you're wrong. I'm not questioning it. I'm just being impressed. So, no, you put down.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's crazy.
You put down this young child. Okay, so that was Moggets. Do you have anything else to do besides throw one dagger? Do you want to?
Oh, no. I'm throwing the other dagger at the other one that's on him as well.
Okay. Now, do you want to go for one of the injured ones, throwing it at one on Cav or Jaith instead?
Yeah, I'm going to throw that at Cav.
Okay, now you don't get the sneak attack on this one, right?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I'm not an assassin. I don't get the bonus. I don't get that.
Do assassins get
that-
it on everyone? If they throw 2 daggers around, they get it both times? Oh, okay.
No, you only get sneak attack once.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought, but I would totally fucking believe you if you told me different.
He's got different modifiers on how his
Yeah,
work.
that's good. No.
If somebody's within, yeah.
Just roll.
Me, I get, yeah. That's gonna miss.
Oh. What'd you roll? That
Well, I
bad?
mean, mine's like a 10.
Yeah, it misses.
Yeah.
The other magic
No.
missile goes flying past into the dark.
Yeah.
Wow.
But mine, if somebody's within 5 feet of another player, I get sneak attack.
Okay. Okay, so, Jaith.
I will hit the one I just hit.
Time to be a badass. Tear him up.
For 5, so 12 points
To
Damage?
hit or damage?
to damage. I rolled a 24 to hit.
Yeah, you
so-
definitely hit. And you said 12 points? You put
Yep.
that bastard out of your misery.
Is there an injured one on anybody?
Cap has an injured one.
Okay, I'll hit it.
Hit it. Hit it real good. Do, 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 do.
It's the second use of that. 19 to hit.
That definitely bites into it. Well, crushes into him.
11 points of damage.
Oh, yeah, you put that one down too. So Jaith becomes a whirlwind of action, crushing the skull, the one that was clawing and biting at him, then whirling around once he drops at his feet to kill the one that was trying to cuddle kill Cav. Okay. So after Jaith, they get to go. Oh, we on Well, looks like there is only 7 left. So, considering there is 4 of you, 1 of you are not going to have any on you. We're going to say that's Jaith. And the rest of you will have 2 on you. So, Kavix. The first one launching himself at you, you sidestep his attack. The next one coming up on you, rolled a natural 20, but that's a 1 plus a 1. Damn it. You take 6 points of damage as he deftly claws you right in the groin space. It doesn't really make a difference for you. Moggets, on the other hand, oh, that is another natural 20 that the second one misses. Let's see, that is a 1 and a 4. Okay, so 5. 9 points of damage to Moggets. Write that down.
What the hell?
I know.
Again?
The dice are cranky today. Going in against Jaith. Oh, no, Jaith is good. Jaith, totally. He doesn't even get hit. They don't even scratch his armor. He is just... wasn't supposed to be attacked at all, actually. That's why, because they're avoiding him. But Grawl takes nothing with those. Apparently thanks to that magical amulet that was given to him. And it is Grawl's turn as he...
He should rage, because these are kids.
He's a what?
He should rage, because these are kids.
They are kids, and he actually screams out in really slightly terrifying exultation of stabbing kids,
What?
and he stabs at one with his spear, which has a faint glow here in the dim light. Really? You're going to do that to me? Oh no, that still hits. Yay! Way to go, mighty orc elf. D6 plus 4. So that's 6. And then he also slashes out with the dagger. And with the second attack, what were we saying? Doesn't get the bonus to damage, correct? Okay. So, he should have just fucking stuck with an Eldritch Bolt, really. Anyhow, it's not all that impressive. Okay, so yeah, he swings his spear around, fetishes clattering, stabbing it into the shoulder of one, and then slashing across its chest with the dagger. Not doing a hell of a lot of damage. Not as much as he hoped, that's for damn sure. And, Kavix, you get to react now.
Great. I'm going to attack the one that bit me.
Good choice, little fucker.
Yeah, with my rapier. 15 to hit.
15, yeah. With your rapier, it stabs into his little naked gut.
Great. Ooh. 12, 17, 18, 19, 24 damage.
Oh. You know what? That is massive enough, even though it's not his full hit points. He is going to collapse to the ground, clutching his gut as you rammed your rapier into it till you swear it hit spine. And then you pulled it sideways. Now, rapiers are mostly pointed weapons, but they can be sharpened on the side, so you can gut them a little bit at least. Get a nice little gash in there. Now, the purplish, dark, smoky energy from that wound really catches your eye, but you're too busy killing to pay much
I've got
attention.
my bonus action dagger stab,
Go
so
ahead.
I can either finish him off,
He's
or
out
I
of
can stab the other one.
He's out of action, so it is up to you.
Great, I'll stab the other one. Jeez, same roll again. So what, 15 to hit?
And it does hit.
And then 4 points of damage.
That one does not take him out. But it's still enough to keep his attention on you. That's for sure. Okay. Good. Okay. Mogget!
Yes.
What's
Yes.
What's your pleasure, sir?
I'm gonna aim for one that's on Jaith at the moment. See if I can't take him out with
There is none on
another magic
Jaith.
missile. None on Jaith?
Nah.
No. Then I'll go out. There's one still on Kavix though.
There's one on Kavix, one on you, two on Grawl.
Go for the one on Grawl. Go for one of the ones on Grawl then.
You okay? The injured one, I'm guessing.
Actually, you're gonna go for the non-injured one.
Now that you've seen the damage?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 14.
14. Damn shame you didn't go for the other one. Okay.
14 to hit.
Oh, yeah, no, you hit then. I'm sorry. I thought that was damage.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Thought you guys had all logicked out the AC. Which
Well, no, I
Andrea,
just double
Andrea
checked.
doesn't like it when I tell her the AC. She wants it to be a surprise every time if she hits or not.
I've just hit so high that when my low roll was like 15, I haven't figured it out yet.
I can tell you.
13 points.
13
And then
points.
I will. Yep. And then the second attack hits, and that is a whopping 6. Or excuse me, that is a whopping 4 additional points.
Okay. Very good. So you cut into the other one. Again, damn shame you didn't go for the one that was already injured. So, now we have Jaith as... Marcus, what weapon were you just using there?
My last dagger.
Throwing?
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
last dagger. I'll hit the one that's on Moggets.
Okay. It's uninjured.
Yeah, but he's not going to be around much longer.
No. Wait, Moggets or the other guy?
Moggets, and he keeps getting beat up.
Ah. Or if he keeps talking back to you. One or the other.
18 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, your hammer
13
crushes
points
into...
of damage.
How much?
13.
Okay, yeah, you hit him in the hip, and the bone crunches, but he is still up and moving and clawing at Moggets.
Oh, I'll hit him again. I'll spend the last charge.
Go ahead.
I know that hits. So, 11 points of damage.
Oh, wow, yeah, you put him down. That comes across his head, popping his jaw off his face, and it goes scurrying across the floor as he goes face first into the rocky gravel below you guys. So, now it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 remaining, but 3 of those 5 are injured. Now they're in some kind of frenzy and fervor as they continue to attack. Okay, so we've got sorry, the cat is fascinating me. We've got 2 on Grawl. Let's do that first. Ooh, a 19. That's a good hit. And then the second one. Oh, that's a good hit too. Let me check his hit points here real quick. Now he's injured, but he's still standing without a problem. Now that's 2 of them. One leaps out the dark at Jace, totally missing. Just flying off to one side. The same for the one going after Cav. They're definitely distracted. But the one going after Moggets, I'm so sorry, Aaron. Is your AC better than a 20?
No.
Well, he does 5 points of damage to you.
Okay.
Clawing along your shoulder and bicep. Not of your throwing arm, the other arm. But, yeah, it does that damage to you. Now Grawl gets to go. Grawl's going back to Eldritch Bolts because, god damn it.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. 18. Okay. What is that? Oh, 13 points. What are you doing, Cat? Wait, what are you doing? Don't do that. And he takes out another one. But that's all he gets to do this time. So, back to Kavix.
Great, so there's still the one standing.
There's one attacking pretty much each of you at this point in time.
Great. I will stab with my rapier at the guy who's attacking me.
Okay, he has taken 4 points of damage so far. It's the one you got with your dagger.
Well, that's a natural 20.
That's gonna do a little damage.
Yeah, I think he's gonna die.
You're
Just guess.
all ones. You roll all ones.
He still might die.
I'm still 6.
I can do math.
No, apparently you can't.
Do you need help?
32 plus 4, so 36 damage.
10 points of damage. He's not quite dead yet.
And I'll stab him in the neck with my rapier.
No,
Or with my dagger.
Yeah, you stab him straight through throat with the rapier, and it drags the point down, and he slides off of it. You still have your dagger available to attack another one, and your rapier is clear. It's not stuck or anything.
Great.
So, yeah, there's 3 left. 1 on Jaith, 1 on Moggets, and 1 on Grull.
I'll dagger the one that's on Moggets.
Okay.
18. No, 16.
Wow, you spin around in a circle, moving all 4 feet over there to Moggets, stabbing forward with the dagger, and it cuts into him. Into the pale, pasty, bloated child, not Moggets.
6.
Okay. Now, Moggets, you have one of these things in front of you, with a dagger sticking in its back, where Kavix came across.
Yes. Yes, I do. Just double check here. You know what? I'm just gonna shocking grasp it. No. Zap the shit out of it.
You gotta roll for a touch hit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, touch attack.
Which is still the same AC.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Yeah, they have no armor.
Yeah.
It's still the same AC for them because it's all dex.
I rolled a 16, so
Very
it's
good, yep.
20.
You touch them.
2.
You touch the
I touched
child.
I'm double checking the damage on it. what is that?
I don't know. D4? Anybody know what Shotgun Grasp is in the latest edition?
Give me 1 second.
Mm,
I'll get back.
2d8.
Past 5th level, so it should have the bump if there's a bump. Do you need me to look it up for you, Aaron?
I got it. 2d8.
Good job, Chris.
3 and 10 points.
Oh man, you suck. You reach out, jolting, and jiggling the young child. And, it is not dead. You did not kill the child. Grull seems very disappointed in you. You can see the disappointment on Grull's face. He's got a look like, really? You couldn't just strangle it, punch it, throw it. All that in one glance. What about you, Jay?
I will hit the one on Moggets.
Okay, you have one still attacking you that is uninjured, but yeah, there is one on Moggets that's injured and one on Grull that's injured.
Armor class 15.
Yep, your hammer connects
12
with
points.
puffy flesh, and that's the one on Moggets. It drops. Do you have a bonus action or anything else you'd like to do this round?
Nope.
Excellent.
I
It
use
is
those
their
up.
turn. The one in front of Grull that's already injured sits down in the dirt, squatting, clenching its fists, its pale flesh turning pinkish then reddish. And then he explodes. Everybody make me a dex save, please.
Natural 20.
Uh-huh. Wow, you're going to take half damage.
Rogue.
I don't know what that means.
Evasion.
I don't know what that
Evasion.
means.
No damage.
No damage. Okay.
I have. I can do math. 14.
Okay.
Keep telling yourself that.
18.
18. It sounds like everybody does pretty well with that saving throw. Where's my... Everybody's going to take half damage, so 5 points.
Yeah, I'm not high enough level to have evasion yet.
Except you, Aaron. If you're...
Mhm.
Yeah, you're in the clear totally then, because of your ability. The other child, as the first one squats and strains and then explodes, the other one disappears. You can hear the sound of him retreating, but with the flashbang of the purplish, smoky explosion that, you swear there might have been tendrils embedded in there somewhere in that smoky, purplish flash. Tentacles, tendrils. Grull.
Who was it by that tried when the child tried to run away?
What?
Which one tried to run away?
The one on the other side of Jaith.
So was not within my reach.
No.
Because
No.
I would take the opportunity attack.
I
If I could
understand.
see him trying to run away.
I understand. Grull does still get his action this round. And the
Nope,
kid-
I'm sorry. I don't have evasion. I have uncanny dodge. I can take half damage from attackers that I can see. Just
Well-
period, apparently. Different ability, but that's cool too.
Does that apply in this case?
Not on this one, but it would have applied on the previous 2 cases.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
keep
do too.
keep that in mind
Yeah.
for the future.
Yeah, I'll
You're-
keep that in mind in the future.
Yeah, you're
That's
screwed on it
even- that's
now
a
because
better
I don't know how
ability.
much the damage was doing each time. This kid withdrew, so he's not creating the attack of opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
But he's still getting a fucking Eldritch Bolt to the back of his head as he withdraws from, what's his fuck here? Which is 10 points. as he disappears around the corner. So the room goes quiet. Now, you guys can pursue if you want. We are on a brand new round, or you guys can regroup. Kavix, you're first on initiative.
So the one ran away that we didn't really get to see.
Right.
And everybody else is dead.
Right. Well, there's one that's not quite dead yet. He's got 1 hit point left, but he's just... You did 24 in one shot. He's in shock.
Oh, I'll walk over and stab that motherfucker with my rapier.
Grull cheers. Yeah.
Put him out
Put y'all's dog pile on the sleeping one, too.
Oh, yeah. There is an unconsciously
Just
good
chase
point.
this if you want to.
Yeah, but if you hit them, they'll all wake up.
Well, there's only one that went down from the sleep spell.
Oh.
And I will...
Then I will walk over to him and stab him.
Okay, hold on. You can't just stab everybody willy-nilly in the same round. You gotta use another round. So let me give everybody else a chance to stab them if they want to stab them. Muggets. You want to stab a sleeping child? I mean, that's not your own? Aaron?
Does he
I'm
want
on-
to?
on
Does he want to, or do I
incapacitated, so-
need to? I mean, I'm not gonna stop him.
No, Moggets. Does Moggets want to do anything this round?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Actually, friggin' rod. I'm gonna use 3d8 of the heal on the rod
Go ahead.
to get myself kind of better.
You guys see the most interesting thing is Moggets pulls out that runed ivory rod, all 15 pale inches of it, and gently strokes it across his injuries.
Yeah, baby. Oh.
And the same way those vines and whatnot grew up out of the ground, you can see the magical energies come out of his skin and knit his skin back together. Did you roll the 3d8 or do you want me to roll it?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Did it totally heal you, or how are you?
No, not even. I'm better.
You're better. I'm trying to give a descriptor here by knowing how much it did.
It got rid of one. It got rid of one of the hits.
Okay, let's do this.
About seven of the 23 hit points have been healed up.
Okay. So yeah, the tissue begins to knit together, but it doesn't do a hell of a lot. Fucking 3d8 crap ass roll. Do you want to apply more?
Yeah, I'll do 2 more.
No.
3 and 7. Ooh, 10. There we go.
Okay. And he
That's another half of what's remaining.
continues to stroke himself with his pale rod. But before he does that, Jaith...
Oh, that's the ticket.
Because
I
that's
hit around the
actually
corner.
2 rounds. Jaith, what'd you say there?
I hit around the corner.
Are you pursuing?
Yes.
Okay. Jaith totally fucking leaves you guys and bolts after this kid. And he disappears into the darkness.
Into the dark.
There's no Mountain Dew. Okay. So, okay. Kavix, your turn comes back round. You want to stab the sleeping
Great.
kid now? Now you can stab the
I'm
sleeping
gonna stab the sleepy kid.
Okay. Straight into the throat.
Because I will auto crit on the sleepy kid.
There you go. And Moggets heals himself. And Jaith, you continue to pursue. And I'm going to cover that in just a moment once I figure out what they're doing after they kill everybody and do all the things. Kavix, don't bother to roll.
Okay.
For story's sake, we don't need to roll for everything. We can coup de grace this one. He's a sleeping child. You can murder him in his sleep, like any responsible.
Assassin.
Murdering robot. Or as The Rock did, child molesting robot.
What?
Oh, you didn't see the friggin' SNL skit with The Rock?
No.
Oh, it's probably his best SNL skit ever. During the break, you have to watch it.
This is the break now, but no, I'll watch it after the broadcast. I'm going to go refill my drink. Does anybody else also need to take a moment away?
Nope, I'm good.
Excellent. You guys plot amongst yourselves, metagame for a moment while the DM is out of the room, and I'll be right back.
Let's hunt down the possessed kids.
Well, we know where they went.
Alright, that's fair. Let's hunt down the weird tentacle-y creature that is affecting the kids.
It's from Japan. Saturday Night Live.
I think Aaron froze.
Well, that happens when you murder children. Maybe.
Oh, I put it on there.
There really needs to be like business hours only for deliveries with Amazon.
There
It's
is.
But it doesn't ever show up when I order things, because I ordered a bunch of things and it says will be delivered by 9 o'clock. Well, I need it delivered by 5 o'clock.
That's kind of crappy.
Yeah.
Do you have a UPS account?
No.
Set yourself up with a UPS account, and then go log in there. And
You tell Amazon you're gonna use UPS instead of them and start a war.
no. You just set up your UPS account, and they'll freaking go, oh, good to go, and then you're good. You're all set.
Gotcha.
Because then they'll use your preset Amazon or your preset UPS stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody ready?
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay. I was hoping Andrea would be home by now, but apparently she went to the store. So,
To get your pants.
apparently it's, yeah. It's a crazy pants type night.
Didn't know 7-Eleven had those.
We do not have a 7-Eleven. We're Tempahanic.
Oh.
Yeah. We got a Walmart, which
Little
apparently is more
Sue's.
common than
Oh.
7-Eleven now. Okay. So, hold on a second.
I don't think that's actually a Walmart. I think it's a Whamlart.
It could be. Let me ask you this, guys, real quick. When I click mute, it ends up putting your guys' names up on your screens. Interesting enough, just Aaron's and Chris's, John's is below his screen. Which means you guys, if you look at the broadcast, you now have your fucking... It shows all the icons on the screen, which means Chris has the whole line of them going across. Aaron has his name across his forehead. Any idea how to stop that without cutting off the call and rejoining the call like I did before?
If you put your mouse over your screen to mute, or if when you put your mouse over your screen, it highlights the names on the screen. So when you move your mouse off the screen, it turns it back off.
Incorrect.
It's just the hover mode.
Incorrect.
I just did it.
Yeah, that happens to me when I move my mouse from
Right.
this.
Okay. Listen, wrong. Yes, normally that's the way it works. Once I have muted myself, it puts those names up there permanently until I disconnect and reconnect. Now, if I come over here and mute myself and then take it off, doesn't change a damn thing. Chris, you're muted right now, in case you didn't know. The reason I know that is because it has your name permanently across your face. I can move my mouse off and click on something else. It changes nothing. Now, interesting enough, if I come over here and mouse over open conversation, because I have it full screened right now,
Okay.
then it just shows open conversation, which means open up the sidebar thing. Yeah, there's no... Maybe if I change it to speaker view, then back to grid view. No. Okay, so there's...
I'm wondering what happens if you don't have it full screen mode.
Then it messes up every... Okay, now it went away. No, I didn't do what you said there, just there, Chris. But whatever I just clicked on, it changed it. It's a fucking Skype thing.
Yeah, I think you may need to do a Skype update if you...
No, I did one. It's all up to date. It's been doing this since we went back to Skype. It did this before we left Skype and went to Discord. I'm just trying to figure out, as a program, there is a logical reason it follows this. And I'm trying to find out what that logic is so I can head it off on the pass. And I don't know what I just did to undo it. Okay, let's get back to the game. We got about 50 more minutes. Jaith has started chasing the pale pasty kid who got an eldritch blast to the back. And you guys are 2 rounds behind him. So are you pursuing once?
Yes.
Okay. And Grawl will join in the pursuit. So, give me a second. I gotta check this one thing. Okay, Jaith, you pursue the child as it spins around the corner, and you realize they take to the walls pretty well. What the hell is it with things today running along the walls? But these kids are fucking doing it. Well, this one kid.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
It could be. It's, or Spider-Pig. But Thrycreen did it. The other kid out there, who is not pale and pasty and bloated like these, seems to be able to climb up a wall pretty damn well. And so do these. You spin around the corner in pursuit and give me a perception roll. 15, please. Or better.
All right, it's better.
You see it take to the wall. Now you have entered into an area where there are 2 other... basically... It's a nexus, and there's 2 other large rooms off of this. One there is a lavender glow coming from, and the other one there is a pinkish glow coming from. And this pale, pasty thing running along the wall and ceiling now has gone into where the lavender glow is coming from. The antechamber you're in, the nexus room, if you will, is probably 20 foot, roughly circular and dome-ish. Like I said, very natural caverns here. Not a lot of worked stone here. Continue to pursue?
Yeah, my intent is to catch up to it.
Okay. Moving at your maximum speed, you're attempting to catch up to it, and you're definitely closing it because he is running along walls and ceilings and can't do that at the same speed as you. In your booted feet cover even a rocky, gravelly ground, which slows you slightly, but not a lot. Not significantly. So you got a movement of what, 25?
Yep.
Yeah, you might be doing a movement of 20 because of the gravel and whatnot. And that's only because you're going around corners and curves as opposed to a straightaway. You enter another large chamber, similar to the chamber that you just came from with them, at least in size. The lavender glow is lost from your attention as you see a bolt of energy hit the kid from what appears to be an energy wall in front of him. Now, the kid did not hit the wall. A bolt of energy came from the wall to hit the kid as it ran along, well, crawled along the ceiling. And the kid plummets to the ground, hitting it with a wet sound. And you can see, man, kid's broken, bodily fluids, that sort of thing. You know, like you do. This purplish energy wall has a raised stone platform. Hey, here's some worked stone. Still looks like crap, really. They did not have quality work here. But at least it's pretty much flat and smooth. You wouldn't want to see it wet. You know it's going to be slick. It's not going to move water well.
That's what you get for letting goblins do your work.
You don't even know if this is fucking goblins. This might have been some
No.
goddamn human with a magic spell. You know how humans like to go, look, I can use dig! And they think they're a fucking architect.
Is the kid perished?
Would you like to go check, or you want to do a cursory glance?
Well, I was going to stabilize him, but yes, I'm going to go check.
Okay.
That was my intent.
Yeah, he's not dead. Not quite dead yet, sir. He's laying on the ground, twitching and writhing in pain. It looks like he probably broke something important, but he's not dead yet.
Does it look like I can secure his hands and then heal him?
Yeah, pretty easy. You could probably just fucking stand across and
Okay.
put your boots on his wrist. Now, there is a purple energy wall, and there is something beyond it. Do you want me to describe that before you go on with your action, or are you focused on this?
Well, I'm kind of focused on this
Okay.
right now.
Ignoring the movement behind it, you step over to him and straddle his body, a foot on each side, pinning his wrist to the ground without necessarily hurting him. And then
Oh, I'll heal him.
cure light wounds, or
For a point, no. Yeah, well, it'll be... I guess actually healing would be better, since I can cast both.
okay. You
One's
just
at
tell me.
ranged, so he gets back 6 points.
Okay. You see his body twist and writhe under you as your magic, as you call upon Jonathan. You feel the energy of the earth quiver through you. There is something... You're not sure where you are. You're not sure if you're in your normal reality where Jonathan has full domain, or if you're in some other reality, but there is something odd here with your connection with your deity. And it could be that, yes, you're surrounded by his element, but you also have these other magics corrupting the area. So it's not your thing. You just know some shit's going on. Something's wrong here. But you heal him, and he writhes, and he more gurgles than screams. It's a wet, like gargling paste in the back of his throat.
All right.
Now, gentlemen, Moggets, Cavix, you guys burst into the room behind him. You see Jaith standing over...
Oh, yeah!
Thank you, Kool-Aid Man.
I'm sorry.
You see Jaith standing over one of these pale, naked children.
I knew it.
A child's wrist pinned to the ground by his hobnailed boots, as he calls upon the power of Jonathan to heal this child. And you see a large, semicircular wall of purplish energy. behind Jaith and in front of you. By the way, Jaith, the child might be stabilized, but it's still in a lot of pain and it's not getting up.
Okay, well, he's going to be getting up one way or the other. I tell everybody to stay away from the purple wall. It's dangerous. Now, you said we can still see the portal that we came through when we came here, right?
You could when you were back in that other room and went down the little crevice.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go take this child and put him back through the portal and see what happens.
Would you like to know who's watching you from the other side of the wall of energy?
Sure.
It is a transparent wall of energy, and as I said, raised stone floor, worked stone, some kind of, it almost looks like stone tables or countertops or something raised up, and there are two creatures. Well, one is definitely human. He's dressed in the finest of clothes, draped in purple silks that is just beaten to hell. It is moth-ridden, and he is almost skeletal in that his skin is wan and pale and hanging off his frame. The creature beside him, though, he has T-Rex-like arms, little teeny arms, and he's constantly doing this with his hands, and he's bowing to the man. And the man, by the way, is doing this also, but less nervously. Hey, Trin, how are you? More...
Hey, Trin, how are you?
Well, no, Trin just popped into... See, this is why you should watch. You need a computer that works, Aaron. So you can watch chat.
No, it's much, the fact that you just you're talking about the lizard man talking to the guy, and he goes, "Hey, Trin, how are you?"
No lizard man. I said T-Rex-like arms. It doesn't make him a lizard man. He's human. He's pale, he's thin, his skin is draped.
You have your imagination, I have mine.
Yes, I'm correcting yours. Bear with me. But the thing beside him is a fucking snake with a human head. Human-ish head. And that's the one with the small arms. The human has normal arms. But he's got a liver-spotted head and a large hooked nose and just barely any wispy hair around the edge, and he says, "Yes, excellent." And the other snake thing beside him says, "Mad stone burns, what would you like me to do? Do you want them dead?" So, you want to pick up the child, take him back to the portal?
Well, I will go over to the, I mean, how far are they into this room?
This room is probably a 50... Yes, Aaron?
Detect dimensional disturbances with said rod?
Nothing. There is definitely magical energy because there's a big fucking purple wall of energy.
Oh, yeah.
Aw, good night, Trin. Sweet dreams.
Bye, Trin.
Oh, Trin, look. Hold on, I gotta show Trin some stuff. Look, Trin.
It's a trap.
New emotes.
There you go. And we're just waiting for one more to come in, and then we'll have them all. So, yeah. Hopefully they're a little better than how they were before. Just took them all to get through. Okay. And actually...
And what was the other color?
You
said there was two glows. One was lavender and one was...
The pinkish one is from the other room.
Okay.
So, to be perhaps... And I know sometimes when I'm describing things, I think it's clear. If it's not, you guys get to let me know.
Well, I'm sure the corridor forks somehow.
So, God, this is gonna be cheesy. Here you go. Enjoy this, guys. So, don't read things into this, but this is essentially the cavernous setup. You came in on the bottom one. There's the Nexus room with 2 other exits. Shut up, Aaron.
I didn't say a word.
But one glowed purple, the other one glowed pink, and you went into the purple one, following the kid. So, and for anybody who is watching there, that's what I'm showing these guys. So they started on the bottom one, and they're up in the whatever's closest that I can't find, but I'm watching the camera. Does that make more sense, John? Does that help clarify?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So, you're in the purplish room. It's probably a 50-foot diameter, and most of it is this energy shield covering this upraised. Thank you for that, host Trin. I appreciate that. And there's these 2 figures, the skinny guy and his snake-like servant. The snake-like servant has teeny little T-Rex arms that can barely touch. And the other guy is rubbing his hands together in a really kind of a sickening, predatory way, because it's not a threatening...
Place my hands on her leg, Smithers.
And he called him Master what?
Madstone Burns.
Madstone Burns.
And Madstone Burns addresses his snake-like companions as Smitty. Now, here's what I'll do. We're at 9:30. We got a half hour left. Enough time to do a fair amount of this and that. Or this is a great stopping place because it's a point of action, which makes us look forward to next week. So what do you think? You want to push through?
Point of action.
Does that mean quit now or go on?
No, I think we stop here because we'll start with the action next week because we're gonna get stupid up in here. I think. Chris, he's trying not to acknowledge the point.
Well, he's doing a good job because he's muted.
No,
Oh,
he's not
okay.
muted.
He's just miming, which is worse than
just
muted.
No, he was just struck dumb.
John, your opinion on this one?
No, that's fine.
Okay, we will stop here. Well, I'll just save this for next time, so we can start right there. And we'll call this done for the night. Now, look at Chris. I just got 6 new damn things, and he's going to put up somebody else's icon. Damn it, man. It's and I have one more coming. Actually, I guess I just got 5 new ones. It's So, Chris, did you want to do more after this?
Yeah, I can do a little more.
Because Andrea will be home. I know she mentioned playing World of Warcraft. So, guys, we may stream that. Let us say goodnight here and let me talk to these gentlemen. We will be back, if we come back, probably in about 15 or 20 minutes. So if you're still here, we will catch you then. If you're not, then we will catch you again. Don't forget, tomorrow night we have Talk at the Tavern. So join us for that, another VS&M stream. If you don't know what that is, let me know and I will tell you. Other than that, join us next week as we get set up for this. And then I think the week after that, we're actually going to have a flashback called Duality will be the name of that episode. Episode 19? We're on 17, right? I don't know. They all look alike. So you guys have a good night. We are out of here, and we'll catch you. Gary, like I said, we might be back on in another 15, 20 minutes. We'll see. But we're hoping in 2 weeks to have that intro video up for you guys, as well as a new thing before we actually go on air for you guys to watch. Okay, talk to you later.